Hello, digital world, and welcome back to Win Rate 0%. I am Bryce. Today we're joined by the usual Adam
Yes, I'm here.
and Cobb.
Hello to the digital gamers. Hello, what is up?
We're back after another fucking long break. I'm pretty sure between
It's
episodes.
only been a long break because BT13 has lasted 4,000 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's been awkward as well though, because I feel like there's been such a large amount of news all at the tail end of BT13. Like what we've had the ban list and new Alt Cup rulings, and BT14's basically out now. Because we're recording this the week after the pre-release on Monday. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of all the things we're talking about, ban list. We have 4 new ban cards. 3, 4. So we have 4 new cards on the list. First is starter deck Gabumon, which is when attacking, trigger, draw 1, trash 1.
very
Next,
broken.
yeah, incredibly broken. Next is the BT13 Geo Grey,
My
which
boy!
yeah, I
Good.
know, my boy, my poor yellow
They
hybrid
took
getting
my-
shot in the
they-
back again.
They took my man, the man with a six-pack. Look how fucking ripped he is, by
I've
the
never
way.
Yeah, he has
noticed that.
nearly ripped. That's
They're
kind of
ripping
strange.
that. They're actually
And then-
ripping these six pack open.
Yeah.
And then they just fucking put him in the toilet.
Good.
I can't believe they've done this.
This is
I
like
did
the
not
most.
see this.
That is
I did
like the
not see this
most.
coming at all.
Everyone did, to be fair, but I don't think everyone
Yeah.
exactly predicted what they were going to hit from Shangri. But
Yeah,
that
I
was
was
literally
hoping
like the
it
one
didn't.
thing we knew.
For once I had no prior knowledge of this ban list. It was always the Geo Grey. It was never going to be anything else. They couldn't hit the Marcuses. It would kill the deck. It was always this Geo Grey. I just fucking like it so much. Why did they have to make me use the EX4 one, the fucking pish one?
I was hoping that they would just hit the Marcuses and kill the deck so I could play yellow hybrid
No,
happily for like a
fuck you.
set.
You don't get yellow hybrid if I don't get shine.
I don't give a fuck if you don't get shine. Anyway,
I do, mate. I'm watching Digimon, the whatever series that has Marcus and stuff in it at the moment.
Oh wait,
And he's
O2.
no, it's not fucking O2.
No, sorry. What is Damon Davis called in fucking Japanese?
Squad.
what is this?
Marcus Damon. I think he's like Marcusu or something. I don't know.
Daibasu
It's Data Squad.
disregard.
It's Data Squad. So I'm watching
Yeah.
Data Squad, and he's just digivolved into Rise Grey for the first time, and I was getting fucking hyped, man. It's actually a really fun anime. I'm actually enjoying watching it.
This is like my shittest take ever, but I kind of like Rise Grey's design more than Shine's.
I love Shine that much.
Earth Shine. I think Shine is just like a shittier burst one, and Rune Mode looks awesome.
I
I love all of
kind
them.
of see. I don't know what it is. There's something about the level 6s in Digimon where they kind of like just pie off a lot of the design elements for the previous Digimon. Like Agumon, okay, cool, and then he goes into Greymon, that's interesting. Then the level 5 always looks like the level 4, just with like an advancement in like metal, and then the level 6 is like a completely different guy.
Yeah, but it's Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine.
Now, the naming convention is pretty good, I'll give you that.
It's just him turning into a big fuck off light dragon guy. Like fucking Photon from Yu-Gi-Oh!
He looks a bit too like. To me, he kind of looks like. What am I trying to say here? Like a kind of. What's that anime that Justimon is based on? Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider?
He looks a bit like Kamen Rider-y mech suity to me, and I'm like,
well, most level 6s fall into the category of looks like a Gundam, looks like a guy, is a fucking furry thing, furry bait, is a waifu bait, or is just a random animal.
See, there were too many categories there for it to sound like you knew what you were talking about.
If every level 6 is either a man, a woman, an animal, a mechanical thing.
They're either a Gundam, they're an animal, they're furry bait, they're waifu bait, or they're just something fucking weird.
I mean, it is true. The man is spitting facts, whether it be a stone cold take or not.
Just because, Bryce, you
Ice
love
cold
the furry ones the most, doesn't mean that the rest of them aren't valid.
The what ones?
The furry ones? You're not a furry.
No, I'm not a furry.
You are a furry?
I thought you said you were collecting max rarity Leomon cards from this set.
You took a look at that level 5
Oh.
Nefertimon and went hubba hubba wanga wanga and your jaw dropped to the
What the fuck is
ground.
what the fuck is Nefertimon?
It's that fucking no, it's Bastimon.
I was going to say, I was like, who's Nefertimon? That's bloody Gatomon's armor evolution.
It's BT3 Bastimon that's
Yeah.
got her entire tits just
Right.
resting on her claw.
But like, now I'm not that. I feel like that is very light furry. I feel like that is very light level furry.
Light furry? Her
Hey.
arse is sticking up in the air.
No, I don't mean as in horniness. It's extremely horny.
Johnson.
It's extremely horny, right? But the only thing that's like animalistic about her is she's literally got like cat ears, cat claws, and a tail. Like her body, she's just got a human body.
And cat ass, and cat hands, and ears. Most of her is a cat, apart from her tits and her face.
She's got a face and torso of a human, and she looks like she's wearing trousers, not fucking
because that's
made
what
out
the
of fur.
furries want. They want the tits and the face of a human.
Oh my god, I couldn't read out 4 cards from a ban list without some fucking tension. We got
This
2
is your
cards
fault,
in.
Bryce. This is your fault. You're the furry.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry. Speaking of furries, and a card that I guess gets hit as a casualty of Japan because it's not really had too much of a chance to shine here. Matt Galgamon, next card going for 1. Makes sense, but he didn't have much time in the light here.
Didn't have much time in the light. He had fuck all time in the light. This is the definition of taking a fucking helpless victim round back and shooting them in the head.
He got some Alt Cup time.
Yeah, but in a very healthy format, he was good. He was fine.
Alt Cup is not a healthy format in my opinion. Alt Cup is like turning the format into like what other card games have got very limited topping decks? Yu-Gi-Oh! Was going to be my example, but I hear that's a lot better than I thought it was. Like, there's literally every Alt Cup format. There's literally like 6 decks that you can play, and then like maybe 8 or 10 if you can cope on it. It's just all Alt Cup does is old yellows certain decks.
6 decks being a meta choice sounds like the fucking spoils of war. By the way, given what I played in like 2015 and stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball, you had 3 top decks in those games at the time. That was your option.
All I can say is I'm too used to and spoiled by Digimon being the goated with the source game that has like 15-20 meta decks.
No, it doesn't. It's got 10 at most.
That's 10, still insane.
Come on. More than 10. More than
10.
15
it still doesn't justify Matt Galgamon getting shot though.
Now, are we talking about these more in detail now, or are we going to cover the last one? Because I've got a lot to say about this.
I want to cover the last one quickly, just so that we've got all 4 of them, out the way, so people before we forget to even read them out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. The last one is much fucking deserved. Eismon Scatter Mode goes to 1 after like 8 sets of Irene and being a 4-off staple in purple.
Right, we're talking about this one first then, boys. We're talking about Scatter Mode first. How is it deserved? How is Scatter Mode a broken card? Explain to me.
Because Purple should not be able to fuel 17 cards into the trash via the Demi-Mera Gabu Scatter Mode combo on turn 2.
Well, Gabu's gone.
Well,
good.
Here's the thing though, right? Yes, I would agree that is powerful and it does help Purple game plans, right? But Scatter Mode, how does Scatter Mode draw 3 trash 2? What does it have to do to get that effect?
I mean, here's the thing.
That's what
it doesn't have jamming anymore. Anyway. It doesn't have jamming anymore.
But it has to be deleted, right? So you're building to a 4, then deleting it, and then reclaiming with like a good hand after. I feel like that's worth it. You've paid 2 to go into that, and you've lost your raise for the turn. You're gonna have to wait a turn to build up and then pull out. So I feel like it's actually fair.
You've seen what purple decks are like. They don't do that. Then they start doing these funky shenanigans that they gain 7 memory because they've got 5,000 in the trash turn 2 and that sort of stuff.
Bro,
and they just hard cast shit out.
What purple decks?
All of the purple decks.
What purple decks?
Lilithmon, War Growlmon, all that sort of stuff.
War Growlmon.
Lilithmon.
Who's playing Millithloopman right now? Like one guy in Portugal.
Nobody anymore.
Right. Can I say why I think he's like deserved?
Yes.
One, it's to do with obviously this is a clone of the Japanese list. And scatter mode with a Pokemon is one of the most fucking disgusting things as far as I'm aware.
Yep.
The other thing is with the advent of training cards, purple has so much value just in terms of raw search power that scatter mode on top of all of that is just a bit and a bit too much.
Do you
Because
reckon
like
though?
you still have
Because
the Gabu, or you still have the Gabu that's on delete draw. You still have the egg that's on delete draw.
yeah,
You can no longer draw 6, ditch 3 on delete, which I think is
IMO, I agree with the Pokemon thing. Like, clearly these purple cards are literally dying for a Pokemon and by extension, Garurumon sins, because there's
yeah.
some mad combo you can do in BT15 where you like fix like 8 cards in your hand and gain a memory with your Garurumon. But well, that's actually a more broken combo to be fair. But if we're talking about Eyes Man, it's I don't think it's because of training cards, man, because part of the reason you run the training cards is for the search. Obviously, like, it does help you bank in turbo memory, but the search in that regard would be a lot less relevant. If you can already fix like 7 cards in your hand, then that's going to have less impact overall than turning 9 into or 7 into 9 instead of turning like 0 into 2. You know, that's
Yeah.
a smaller rate
Well,
percentage.
we skipped over the other Gabumon. They did limit both of them. The draw one trash one,
Oh,
and
did
then
he
the
limit the other one? Oh
Yeah,
shit! I
and then
they
didn't
the
know
had
on
that.
deletion
both of
draw two
the
trash one.
both of
Ooh,
the
fuck.
purple Gabumon that
It's
are not vanillas are
because
limited.
it's
Hmm.
because of Melga coming out soon.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm still not a fan of them hitting things before they've had a chance to actually, be toxic in the meta. I think we deserve that. As much as I hate Melga, don't get me wrong. Glad that's happened. I still don't agree with it, to be honest.
I
Yeah,
personally
Scar
like
mode
this
being hit
though.
for the same thing.
This is better, I think, right? Because right, they've got 3 options. Announce it beforehand, like they've done now. Let the deck come out and then put the announcement out, or put it out in at the same time as the cards drop. I actually think this
Yeah.
is the best out of the 3 options, right? Because
I
what
mean,
happens half the time, like I always use this as an example. BT10's coming out. What was the number 1 deck that everyone was scared of? We heard
shout.
all these stories about exactly how Shouting Crossheart were destroying the meta in Japan. It was that broken in Tier 0. People were leaving the game. It was just too toxic with X4 being at 4. Now, we hear about this and it comes out and everyone's thinking, Jesus, I hope to God that they nerf this thing because there's like almost no counter to it in the game. Then the deck comes out, it's popping off, and then within like a week or 2 it gets hit. Then everyone starts complaining, oh, they've hit it just after we've bought the product, Bandai are scummy.
Aye, but
You have to expect this sort of shit to happen, but if people don't know in advance, then they will say, "Oh, I've just invested in this deck or this money." Don't forget that the deck was almost entirely rails and below, by the way. But
Yeah, I
people
know that
will
deck was mad.
complain.
aye.
People
Oh, aye,
will moan
but
to
don't
hell.
forget that when they done that, they banned a card or they limited a card that had literally spent a week on the shelf. Whereas these Gabumons and Scatter Modes and stuff, they've been out for well over 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
So this lets people prepare, right? And it doesn't. Is the only thing this is going to really hurt is the pure purple decks that are more based around like our classic examples like Merva and stuff like that. And
Belfamon.
Belfamon is dead in the water, man.
Yeah, that's
Belfamon is
like
fucking dead in the water
this
after
was
this.
Belfamon's like 50% of his engine.
And it's
Yeah.
really sad because I don't actually understand why they have implemented this right now. Because Belfamon, Merva, and then if we're going to put Millith, even though it is underplayed, it's still a good deck, into the discussion here, then they're not exactly top tier decks next format. They're all probably like tier 2, maybe 1-5 if you're pushing it. So it's just a bit weird that they've done it now, and they've hit these like lower tier decks because Apocalymon's coming out. And if they had just hit it in Japan, or maybe they'd even told us, right, upon the release of BT15, we are going to be hitting these cards to 1, or the release of EX5 or whatever Bandai wanted to do, because part of it for me is actually I think they wanted to make people play blue-based Gabumon for some reason. And another thing that we've not talked about is the fact that the when attacking effect that the Gabumon draw 1 trash 1 is not once per turn. So that deck absolutely
Oh.
abuses the purple Gabumon because it can draw one, trash one like 3 times in a turn.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like, what you were saying there, like they tell us, oh, it'll be blah blah blah. It'll be like banned at the end of the set, but we're telling you in advance. They did that with Eismon and Tommy and Jet Selfie, I believe, in set 7. No,
Yeah.
Jet Selfie got banned later. But Eismon, and it was Eismon and another card, got hit on the release of set 7. They went, okay, when set 8 comes out, these are gone.
It was Savior Harkmon.
Yeah.
Save your Huck.
But
Right,
that's
that's what it
actually,
was.
it's quite weird, man, isn't it? Like, I think this is, they've not quite got it right again somehow, but it's better than doing it on the set release or within a week or two after. I think this makes more sense.
That's
Well, when we
something we
talk about
forgot to mention.
when we talk about getting it right, something that Bandai are now doing, which we've not seen them do before, is they are unrestricting cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Xavier Huckmon, the unsuspendy boy, has been released from his jail cell, and unfortunately, so has the small child, Tommy Heaney.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Both of them have been put back to 4. One of those is a Let's Go. One of those is a Bandai. Why have you done this?
I
So
don't.
I
here's
can't have everything.
I think they're both a
Savior
bit
Huck and
stinky.
McGow are the same card.
Yeah, it's literally laughable. Like I thought this exact same thing. A lot of people have been saying this. It's literally the same card except the when Digivolving is different.
And arguably does more for its deck, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean you can argue if playing a Sistermon is better or worse than bouncing a level 4, but you have to remember they've also got 2 inheritables on the Jessmon deck now from BT13 that let you gain a memory when you play a Sistermon. So potentially, if you've got a double BT13 stack going into this Savior, you're going to go into Savior and gain 2 memory, which is probably going to let you go into your Jessmon without passing turn.
Does the new line not also say when you play a Sistermon, this may digivolve into next piece in line for 2 less?
It does, yes, but that wouldn't come up in tandem with the
thing is
new
though is that
Savior because they wouldn't be live at the time of the Sistermon getting big.
I'm building the new sort of Jessmon deck to test it, and it is a really complicated deck. It can OTK super quickly, but if you get all the pieces. And Jessmon's biggest problem has always been that it bricks because the Sistermons, as good as they are, brick your hand.
Absolutely.
This unsuspend thing, it's going to do nothing. It's like cool. You unsuspend, you get to swing again, sort of thing. But like, you need to hit the Sistermons at the right time. You need to be playing the right Sistermons. Like, you should be playing 4 of the play out. This card may digivolve into a Royal Knight, and 4 of the Sistermon CL gain a memory, and then maybe 1 or 2 blanks.
What
Like,
about is blank the blocker one or the decoy one? Because I think both of them are pretty good.
I'm pretty sure most lists I've seen for Jessmon run everything as like a 1 or 2 of in terms of Sistermons as well.
I don't like that. I think it's super bad.
You can't run 1 or 2 surely, but I
well,
actually,
you have a card that
says
on swing, add every Sistermon in the top 5.
Like, your ideal turn for Jessmon is promote, go into the old Savior, play out CL, which lets you digivolve into Jessmon, which lets you play out a CL, which lets you digivolve into GX, into X Antibody, which then you play out another CL, which lets you digivolve into GX, and you warp up 3 levels in 1 turn, also while shitting out Sistermons and gaining a bunch of memory. And you should just then win from there, but it's such a hard combo to pull off.
Like, the GX is still a 6 cost, the Jess is still a 3 cost because he's 4, but you gain 1 back.
I cannot confirm.
This is why you're playing the gain of memory sisters, because you're going to be gaining a lot back.
I can't confirm how valid this statement is, and I don't understand if it will be 100% true, but a lot of people have been saying that GX will not actually be played in the new version that's OTK based.
I don't think you need to.
Yeah.
It's extra credit for a deck that doesn't need it.
It's a 1 more card.
Yeah. I think, Jessmon swing twice, Chimera 2 of the Sisters game.
What happens if you run... Why don't you run Magnamon in it so that you can unsuspend slip with GX and swing again?
Good.
Magnamon? What?
Yeah, Magnamon, the BT8 armor. It unsusses, right? On Digivolve.
Oh.
GX can slip any Royal Knight that's under 13 play cost. And he copies it
Yeah,
when
but
digivolving.
by that same logic, you have like a Sistermon that gives reboot, and almost always, if you evolve to GX, your turn passes.
Aye, but you've got Blitz, have you not? Yeah, you've got Blitz.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
GX is like
By
it's
that
like
point, you should have annihilated their security and stuff anyway.
I was going to
absolutely,
say
but you could go
GX.
swing for 2, unsuspend, swing for 2, and then Jesmon, slip Magnamon, unsuspend again. Blitz. I don't think it's consistent or
I
good,
was going
but
to
it
say
would
you
be
need to get that
hilarious.
Magnamon in
Funny.
Grave as well.
Is from hand, is it not?
I think
Yeah,
it might
It's
be hand or
hand
Grave.
or
I know
trash.
it's
Hand or
Grave.
trash for GX.
Hand or trash. Okay. Still need to see it,
And
but I
yeah,
guess you technically search Royal Knights.
they've brought the boy back as
Sorry.
well, which I'm not a fan of because I fucking hate Blue Hybrid.
I
Aye.
mean, he may.
It's the question is if it's going to be good or not, right? I think it'll probably be like tier 2, but regardless if it's good or not, it's a fucking toxic, annoying deck to fight. Like
I love it.
we've been talking about how we hate blue stun decks, man. Like stun, source strip are very toxic mechanics, and a deck that does both of them together is toxic. Like, is it not enough that we've got blue flare that's still going to be decent? Why the fuck have we got to deal with blue hybrid at the same damn time?
Just play a next antibody deck, Lamal.
Well, the thing
Like
is, you
what?
can say that, but now a lot of the source strip things let you pick the fucking source that you strip.
No, it's more so like nothing in Blue Hybrid can stun if there is a singular source.
Ah, fair.
You need
What
to
annoys
run.
me the
There are
most
cards
is that
outside of it you can run that say, "Oh, if you have more sources," but they're
Mhm.
not blue. They're not technically Blue Hybrid cards.
I
yeah,
just
I don't know. I like
I-
that Tommy's back. I feel like he's past his age.
I don't know. I don't see a world where blue hybrid comes back with training cards, Gomamon, Ikakumon, Zudomon, Ace, and the Mirage Galgamon level 6 and isn't like good. You know?
Oh
like
no,
what
I
bothers me the
wanted to.
most is that blue's been turned into this joke of a color. Like red has its own thing. All the colors have their own thing that are all. I mean, you could say that they're all toxic in their own way, but like they've really just pushed blue as being a scumbag color.
I
Like
don't know.
nobody likes
Black
playing
doesn't really have
against
an
it. No
identity.
one likes playing it. Like I just don't understand it.
I
I
mean,
loved playing Blue Hybrid.
blue's get Bryce new potential then. But blue has always had this gimmick, you know. It's just in the early days of Digimon, it was absolute dog water, like trashing sources. It was like, right, are you gonna trash
Yeah, but
Greymon
it's
for
been
set
like
+1?
it's always been like hee hoo, take one source, swing unsuspend, jamming, and now it's just like your entire board stunned,
Aye,
your deck
literally.
stunned. You
Yeah.
draw a card, I'll slit your throat, sort of thing.
It's like, right, raise Gomamon, trash 1, can it be blocked? Go into a Kakumon, trash another 2, right? I hope you're at fucking level 6, mate, because everything else is trashed by now, brother.
Oh, by the way, you're level 6 stunned, brother. No, actually, it's at the bottom of your deck, brother.
Zudomon Ace, trash the last 2, bottom deck you, extend hand. Oh, like, imagine how toxic that's going to be. It's going to be like, raise Gomamon, trash 1, evolve into a Kakumon, trash 2, your turn, broski. Okay, I'm gonna check security for 2 checks there with my 1 inheritable that gives me set plus 1. Now, blast Digivolution instigate. Zudomon trash the other 2, getting bottom decked. Thanks for playing, mate.
Yeah, not fun.
I know it's gonna be stinking.
I think it'll be great.
Oh,
Um,
it'll be so easy to end on a 4 in that deck as well, and just have the fucking ace looming down at you the whole time. You're like, what am I
Oh,
supposed
I
to do,
know.
man?
Anyway, back to the ban list. You had stuff to talk about MacGal, right, Callum?
Yeah, so you guys were like, oh, why the... So I will agree, right? It's quite sad that this deck hasn't quite had its full potential, or its hidden potential discovered, right? But it's...
Ban that card.
It makes sense that it's getting hit, right? Because are you aware that in Japan, when the training boosts dropped, this was like the #1 deck in the format?
Yeah, just swap from Shine to this.
Aye, so basically everyone was saying, like, if you hit Shine and you don't hit Mirage, this just becomes toxic shit. And it was already pretty good, even without the training cards. Like, it could do some degenerate stuff. And I would also agree that the fact that is another one of the Bandai's trademark griddy decks, where it sees the full combo and griddies you and you lose, and it feels like there's not a lot you can do. So it's fair enough that it's hit. I don't know if it'll be total dog water without this Mac Galgamon, but I would doubt it's decent.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is like, what Matt Gal do you replace it with?
Well, you've got two half decent ones because you've got the one for
Zudomon
BT11
Ace.
that's alright. That actually unsuspends as well.
Yeah, so
So
it's the deck. The deck shouldn't be completely dead, but it's
yeah,
like they've neutered the dog.
you can also run Black Mat Galgamon to give it 2k while it's get reboot as well, which is quite good.
Hmm.
That
I
is
feel like
that's
we
a
don't
meme.
have much. We don't have much to say about the other ban list cards.
Well,
Yeah, I
Geo
mean,
Grey
like,
I'm happy to talk about as well because I don't think we went into full detail on that, did we?
I
I
think
mean,
everyone understands it. To be fair,
Ah,
I feel like
it is
everyone
what it is.
understands what it does, why it's gone.
Yeah,
I never expected to be able to keep that card for more than a format. I'm
Nah.
not gonna lie, it was
Uh,
super strong.
I was dreaming. I was dreaming that it
Like I could
that
see
they'd
that
just
effect on a level 5, but
right.
not a level
see,
4.
it's awkward as
Aye,
well.
that's
The
still
level
top.
5s have literally got better ones with the fucking old Rise Grey for back in the day. But what was I gonna say?
Playing from stack, mate.
It's also sad that it's gone because I feel like it was a nice boost to yellow decks. Maybe it's not really that needed anymore considering we've got fucking Patamon Griddy coming in. But it's I can't stop saying that, man. I'm sorry, Bryce. But it is sad that there's like level 4s in yellow are still a bit lacking, I would say. So it is sad that this kind of thing that would be a staple. And I don't know if it's too broken in yellow, considering that they have to pay 3 unless they're playing Agumon bottom end.
Oh no, it gets hit for
No,
shine. Like
Patamon gets it for free.
Yeah, that is true. That's the
Patamon gets
broken
it for
combo.
free. Hmm.
Patamon
That
gets
is
it for
like
free, plays a tamer, gains a memory, and you're like, Jesus, man, is that? Have you ever seen so much value? Evolve
so.
to a 4, gain a memory, play a tamer. Jeez, oh.
Yeah.
I've talked to Callum about this, Adam, but if you get the Patamon TK turn 1 into a Geogray, you can make it to Venusmon while gaining memory
Oh, good. I can't wait for that.
That is
from
mad.
turn 1. Obviously, like a turn 2 Venusmon is really not that impactful
Yeah.
because you're a bit early to the party. But
I
it's
was
the
about to
idea
say
that you can
if
do
you
it.
turn to Venus me, I'll be like, right, sound mate. I've not done anything yet.
And then I
Well,
just keep hitting you with the Kentorosmon card every turn, and you just can't play the game.
and you can't play. Do you know what? I was gonna say, Bryce. Do you know what is a bit more impactful? A yellow level 6 than Venusmon on turn 2.
Kentoro? Nah.
Kizuchimon swinging for 4 checks with jamming,
Ugh.
which I have
Except
done previously. Stand by, boys. The new Pulsemon deck will be unveiled. It is mental. Actual going to turn 2, just going Joel Kizuchimon Dome for
maybe
4. It'd be jamming. I might add.
maybe it will make it to the Cobb YouTube channel. Who knows?
Maybe it will, man. Maybe it will if I can get my head into gear and get some freaking videos punted it.
Get your head in the game.
It's kind of
If,
hard though because I'm going to just be full testing D Brigade on the way up to finals, so I'll probably not be labbing it that much.
Yes.
and on the thought of Geogray, I actually think even if they hit Marcus's and left Geogray untouched, yellow becomes like incredibly prevalent just on Patamon,
Yeah.
Geogray. It's like consistent enough where you can TK it into life as a 4 of rather than just
Yellow
having to
needs
hope it's there.
yellow needs its time to shine though. I don't mean that in a fucking pun way. I know we've had shine for an entire format, but that's red yellow. But I mean just
it's
yellow
pretty
as a
yellow.
sort of a yellow as a sort of deck archetype, recover DP reduction, that sort of thing. Apart from shine, it's not really been a thing for quite a
No,
while. So
literally.
Hit 10. Last
it
time
needs
we've
a
seen it.
chance.
Yellow has literally just been carried by Venusmon. Like literally, if you think of prominent yellow decks recently, and you don't include like multicolored ones like Crossheart or Shine, there has literally just been Setcon,
Yellow hybrid.
and Yellow Hybrid, and what was
Setcon's
the third
purple as
one?
well, to be fair.
And Mastamon. They're like the only ones, but
Um,
they're double colors, I guess. But
I was
if
going
you
to say,
take them out,
set 10, you technically had like Venusmon Sakuya loop kit type, or not loop, but like you'd Sakuya,
Sakuya was never a
Sunrise
deck.
Buster. No, like you use the Sakuya Maiden mode, Sunrise Buster in a stack, and you could play like Recovery Shenanigan,
Yeah,
Venus
but
deck.
Sakuyamon
And
was never
then,
a deck. Let's
and then,
be real.
I know, yeah. No, Sakuya was never the deck. We don't
yeah,
talk about
he's
fucking
just talking
Wiper
about
Bait.
putting Maid mode in as a top end with Penis
Yeah,
on.
Oh right, okay.
with just a yellow deck. And in set 10, that was actually an option. Like even into it wasn't like obviously beating fucking Shout consistently, but it was playable the matchup.
Yeah.
And then Sunrise Buster took the shot because of Shout, which killed Yellow
Aye.
again. And Yellow, I think, has been on every ban list except one, in some shape or form.
Yellow gets the most toxic cards, and that trend continues with
Yeah.
Emissary of Hope. To be
You
honest,
mean Messenger of Hope, mate? You mean Messenger of
is
Hope?
it not being translated as Emissary of Hope?
Oh, fuck, I don't want to run downstairs and find out.
Emissary of Hope, it means the same thing though.
I think Messenger
Emissary-
is a cooler word though, because it's less over the top almost.
Emissary is literally just a religious messenger.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean,
But that's
even
ban,
then,
that's ban list.
not. I was gonna say, like, you have to actually stack your security a bit to do that with TK and stuff.
What do we think about the ban list overall, fellas? People are saying it's dog water. Some people are saying it's
Honestly,
alright.
I fully support Bandai with this. I think apart from Matt Galgamon, I'm still struggling to see that. But as I don't play the deck and it's blue, I'm not fussing too much. I think everything's fine.
I don't
Like,
have problems with this
No
at all.
issues
I
with
think
it.
it's a really cool ban list. Like, they've actually
Yeah.
put a lot of cards on it, which, regardless of if they're all making sense or not, it's actually interesting. And the fact that this is the first time they're taking cards off the list is really cool. I'm not happy to see Tommy Himi back, and I'm not happy to see Red OTK Griddy coming out. But you know, it's cool at least. Get Doru Grey back to 4 in the next one, Bandai. Thank you.
No.
Only
That
if I
should be
get
fine.
Jet Selfie, and then we'll shake on that.
Aye, absolutely happy with that.
You might as well get Jet Selfie back, mate. You're getting to do it for free with Magna now, so like, why
Oh, no,
wouldn't
yeah,
they unrestrict it?
Like, Jet Selfie is still cheaper to get to Venusmon than Magna. It's insane.
Well, I swear you're fucking obsessed with Venusmon, by the way.
It's because
Bro,
she's
it's the
broken,
only good
mate.
level 6.
She's
Only good
broken.
yellow level 6. Ignore that Kentauros exists.
Kazuchimon says hello. No,
Kazuchimon
you're
Kazuchimon
you're
says
right.
hello.
You are
Who did you
right, Bryce. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So going back to BT13 format, we've come to the end of it. We're now into BT14 territory. The last BT13 regionals is coming up at Liverpool. Hopefully this podcast will be out before it, but we're cookie, who knows?
You're cookie.
So like, how is the BT13 format / like the new starter decks format been for you guys then?
It's been kind of interesting for me, to be honest. I don't think I've really found a deck this format that I've been 100% happy with. Like, I used to be the kind of guy who would try and stick with one deck as much as possible, but just because like I love Digimon so much, I'm trying to like, I get hyped for decks every format now. I was hyped to play Belphamon, literally didn't play it once.
Right.
I was hyped to test Alphamon, even though I knew it wasn't going to be in the same like quite in the same league as a lot of the other decks. And I have had a lot of fun with Alphamon, but I'm still at the point where I just think it's like a little bit
I
inconsistent.
know you have.
Oh god, that was the best time of my life, Adam. That was so good, man. I had
Mate, we're so
hard.
guys, we're sitting in Tokyo Toys, which is a local game store. I'm playing Shine Grey, he's Cop's playing Alphamon, or like round 3 or whatever. I'm fucking sitting there doing my turns normal, and Cop's being a fucking pantomime.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, I'm hitting the griddy as he just fucking gains umpteen memory. The amount of times that I set him to 1 memory and he gained
mate.
45 memory.
It was
I
so
was
funny.
absolutely
I was
fuming by
peeing
the
myself.
end of it.
I can't
And he's
remember what
getting
happened.
What do you mean? You fucking
No,
shat
I can't.
all over
No,
me?
I remember what I did. I can't remember exactly what you did, right? But I basically locked the board down and made it so you couldn't do anything. It was so fucking funny. Like I can't. Like I say, I can't exactly
No,
remember
I
what
was
happened, but it was like
I was acting absolutely fuming at you.
I'm not surprised, man. I would be as well. Like, and I wouldn't ever play it up that much to somebody that I wasn't as good pals with.
No, it was
But
it was funny as fuck.
They see like I seem to remember you ended on a board. I had like 2 cool boys out or something, and you ended on a board state that was like 2 Marcuses and an Agumon, or 2 Marcuses and a Geogray, and there was like a turn where like Congoed you and you couldn't do anything without passing turn again. And you ended on just a Geogray, and then the next turn I went into Dex Dorogray and popped the fucking Geogray so your Marcuses weren't live, and I was like, oh! It was the funniest thing. It was.
I'm
I kept
fucking.
laughing even more because I kept drawing into the perfect card every time. Like literally, I drew into a Congo, and then I drew into the Dex Dorogray
Oh
and
yeah.
popped the Geogray. It was so perfect. It couldn't have been better.
I was bricking my teeth off, and I couldn't see level 5s.
Aye. And then like I saw the
And
nuts. I saw the nuts and you had a slow start and it literally was at the point where like after the second turn of the game it was like unplayable.
aye, it was you did go 2-1 to be fair, so it was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, the other two
But
games
you,
were a
aye,
lot harder.
you were just getting fucking hyped up on sugar, and I'm slinking further and further down in my chair, man. Oh,
Honestly,
funny
like
fuck.
see Alphamon is ridiculously fun when stuff happens, but I do just feel like the games I lose with it, it's probably down to player skill and like what pieces I take and stuff like that when I'm searching, but I do feel sometimes like I just lose to the deck and I don't. It's either griddy or get gridded, and I do shit on the griddy OTK style decks a lot here, but Alphamon is like the way I play it is a griddy deck. You can play it a little more control based. If you stick a couple of Congos in, and like maybe honestly, if I was playing two Congo, I would probably play three of the BT13 Alphamon, but I'm on 2-on-2 now, and I've got rid of the Congos and I'm on 4 black memory boost. So I'm just trying to griddy people and nothing else because people don't play that many bombs in this format either. Literally, like it constantly happens where I'm like, Oryukin 3 checks 21k or something like that, swinging at the damn stack, and I'm like, I'm untouchable here. And then if that goes well and I dome you for like your full stack, and then he reboots into a blocker that's 19k, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Yeah, would you say Alphamon's your favorite deck of the format then?
I mean, I also had that probably one of the most epic moments of my Digimon career, getting third at the SECC with Etamon, which was amazing.
Sure.
But that although that deck was doing amazing for me, I still have no clue how the fuck it did. Like, right now it's so fair, and what it does have some powerful plays it can do, but it feels like a high rolly kind of deck where at the minute the game plan is not consistent. And if you miss some of your like searchers, you don't find the BT11 Tumon quick enough, or if your Etamon whiffs when it's searching top 5 for a level 6, then it doesn't feel that powerful. But it is like I think I did see a sizable amount of luck on that day. Like I remember sitting down and just going, holy shit, everything is going fucking perfectly. Like every time the Etamon was hitting, I was seeing the perfect cards. People like see when I was fighting people with that deck, I don't know if it's just lack of understanding of what happens, but people used to make such abhorrently bad plays. Like they would raise a 4, they would raise like a level 4, and then I'd be like, okay, either into Platinum Sukamon for one swing, or it's been popped, de-digivolve your guy, do something to set you to 1, and they're like, oh, fucking hell, man. Right, well, we'll Evo into this level 4 then. This one will stick. And I'm like, Platinum Sukamon, Parabolic Junk, swing into you. And then, just do things like that. I had a game in the regionals where literally I was playing a Greymon player and I didn't get past level 4 the whole game because I just kept doing that to him.
I definitely think we'll get a Sukamon Ace at some point that turns something into a poo.
Sukamon would be cool, yeah.
I definitely think that'll happen at some point as well.
I think it'll be a while down the line because right now they're literally just going epic, iconic Digimon Ace. They're going through the bloody laundry list trying to tick off every single big Digimon.
It's a soft
right
reboot anyway. It's a soft reboot with some of the new stuff tacked on, which I'm all for, to be fair.
But do you know what my favourite thing about BT14 is actually?
What?
It means we're only one set away from Metal Etamon Super Rare. Let's go. It's gonna go crazy. It's so ridiculous, man. It's actually insane.
I'm just hyped for Leviamon. That's gonna be fun.
Leviamon's gonna be cool. Adam, Judge Man, just a confirmation here out here. See if something has can something gain retaliation twice?
No.
Well, I've heard people online saying different.
Well, like, I mean, yes.
Can like, something have 2 instances of retaliation?
Yes and no. If it's on the card, like if you've got 3 things that say retaliation, then I guess you have it 3 times, but the effect will only ever trigger once. so it doesn't really matter.
See, this is what I would think, right? And I'm not saying these guys are gospel because they do hit it with some power of bullshit, but I have seen people on the rulings page on Facebook claiming that, and I think this is something down the line after EX5, there is a way to give Leviamon retaliation twice, which doesn't make sense to me because it's a fucking keyword. How can it be multiplicative apart from security attack +1, obviously, and minus because it's got a number on it? People are saying
Aye.
that you can give Leviamon retaliation twice, swing into something. Oh, right, so let's say the retaliation works, right? It dies when it's swinging into a Ward Greymon stack, right? And it says once per turn it can protect itself by trashing a source. People are saying
Aye.
that the retaliation can proc twice and kill something
No.
with once per turn protection, which sounds like absolute cap to
Mm,
me.
Nah, absolute doo-doo. I think this was covered in like set 1 Q&A as well, because you can get double retaliation super early on in Digimon
Yeah.
sets. But no, because the way that it works is that the retaliation is it's a trash triggered effect. It's a non-deletion effect
Yeah.
for the most part. No, on every part. So it'll die. It'll die. Retaliation will trigger to attempt to delete the other thing, and then it's done. It's in the trash. Its effects are done, and then any other on deletions trigger, but you don't get to trigger the same effect
Aye,
twice.
that would make sense to me because it seems like nonsense. I also heard one recently off of a player in locals that you can block something twice even though you're suspended, which doesn't make sense to me because or maybe it's
You
like you can
can,
declare
yeah,
the block twice. I'm like,
yeah, you
how?
can.
What's the point?
So if you've got 3 blockers out, I could and I attack, you could declare block with all 3 of them,
Right.
and it will go to the latest one that you've declared.
Oh, that makes sense. Maybe I'm misremembering what he said because I thought he was blocking with the same Digimon twice because it had blocker twice or something. But
The
that
same
makes more
reason that
sense.
you can block with Hexabloumon out, but it won't redirect. So you can declare
Ah,
block. So if they've got Hexablow with its condition in effect, so you've got a sourceless blocker out, you can declare the block and suspend, but it won't redirect the attack, so you're suspending for no reason.
what?
That's a question on the judge exam that a lot of people get wrong.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
bizarre.
question. I've seen that question come up. Also, haha, talking about the exam. I
Is
don't actually
that?
think that question came up the second time I did the exam.
I've done it.
Have you
I've
done the
done it.
Digimon exam?
I've done
I
it
did it
twice as
twice and
well.
failed both times, but there was one question I'm convinced was fucking wrong.
I've only
The
done it once
Digimon
under the new
Digimon
regime.
judge test is difficult. It's got 17 or
Nice.
18 sets
I
behind
was
it now.
I was one question off.
Oh, you
See,
do it again.
I was
Fine.
pretty
Yeah, no,
close as well. I
it,
got 66 on mine, which I was
so
pleased with.
you know the old Myotismon that says all turns when a Digimon's deleted gain a memory.
Yeah.
That question came up in both my exams,
Yep.
and there were 2 answers that said this effect will trigger all turns under specific circumstances. 2 that says, or one that said opponents and one that says your turn. In my 2 attempts, I clicked the 2 different all turns answers, and both were considered wrong. The other 2 stated that they would only trigger during opponents or your turn, which means they can't be right. I was convinced that question was wrong. They said they'd look into it and never got back to me.
Yeah, they never do.
And you were
Yeah.
way off.
It probably was wrong because the Digimon test is filled with potholes. So it will give you 3 answers that look correct, but there's one word different.
Yeah.
So a you may effect becomes a mandatory effect, and because you've not read the you may correctly, it fucks you.
Okay.
But I know the question you're talking about. As far as I know, I got the right answer for that one, but this was when in set 6 when there was like 20 questions.
I don't know, it just confuses me because I clicked the 2 all turns answers and the other 2 physically couldn't be correct.
Yeah.
That's what confused me about it.
Well, so Cobb's got Etamon and Alphamon then. What about you, Bryce? You I know you've been playing One Piece, but you have played a wee bit of BT13 as well.
Yeah, I've played wee bits here and there. Like I tried Royal Knights at Game Expo SECC.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. I tried Cobb's Belphamon at locals once and won locals with that. That was fun.
W.
Yeah.
It was so funny for
I
me
don't-
that night though, Bryce, because you literally get handed the deck, and when you were playing some practice games, I'm pretty sure you didn't even know like properly what half the effects were. But then you were
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, I
was
got
just like,
first." I was
oh,
like, "What? I thought you'd lost the game earlier." And you're like, "No, no, I'm XO." I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
yeah, man, game's easy. Um, I have no idea how I beat both Shine and Red Hybrid. Those seem like horrific matchups for that deck.
Can't be
But
that bad because both of them once had a load of tops this set, and it had
Red Hybrid
in the,
less so. Shine seems horrendous.
in the early doors. Belfamon had like I think more wins than Shine in the first like handful of tournaments. It also won the first one of the set.
But other than those two decks, I played Shine for a wee bit and I was like, this is just gross. I don't like this. This is too strong.
Good
And
man.
then I've not really played anything else. Like I tried Yellow Hybrid in the locals once. I lost the first round, I got the bye second round and I genuinely left. Like Callum was there and I'm like,
Yeah.
I
No,
I
you got the
cannot be
buy
arsed.
and then left.
I got the bye and went, I cannot be arsed to sit around for an hour while I wait for the rest of this round to end. I'm going home.
Yeah, it's just not as good, is it? Because if you lose one and then get the bye, you're probably going to be against like somebody who's not as good as some of the higher skill cap players. Like I think that's one of the best things at locals when you're like
Yeah.
winning more and you go up against the top dogs and you get like tested and stuff. But
The
I
other
do
thing,
get it.
I am one of like the faster players that we know of. I am always done rounds like halfway through their time, regardless win or lose. I almost never go to time, even playing stuff like Yellow Hybrid.
That's because you don't have to
So,
think in that deck. Lol, ha ha ha.
haha, that old Digimon. Nah, kidding. But even in One Piece, where like at the end of the game you have to sit and do all the fucking maths for like, oh well, he's got this many in hand. I need to make sure do this, and then that'll win. I just don't. So I played a really quick round one and sat around for half an hour, and then went. And I need to sit around for an hour to play another like 20 minutes of game, and sit around for another 40 minutes. I can't be arsed with that. And went home.
Understandable.
But like I don't know.
That's fair. As soon
Ironically, I
as I
think
sit down to locals, I want to go home half the time.
that's fair. If I had the money to build Royal Knights, or if I'd wanted to invest the money to build it, probably would have liked the set. Royal Knights was one of those decks. I was like, I kind of like it. I don't know why.
It's a
It's kind of
very
cool.
I think it's because it's a very fun deck. It's toolboxy, so a lot of the time you're like playing it different every game. You've got so many tools that your game plan can be different every time you play it as well.
Yeah.
And there's also like a million ways to build it. Like all different Royal Knights run different ratios of the Royal Knights. Like some people think the Alphamon is ass, some people think the Alphamon is broken. Craniumon's a very fun card. You know, there's lots of good stuff that you can do in that deck that's really fun.
Yeah, but like
Doesn't play like
Belfamon,
anything else.
as fun as it was, I could not be arse building. So like this set's been kind of just a dry span for me after several dry spans or for me in this game. So set 14, hope I like my deck so far. I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Here's the cost.
What about you, Adam? You had quite a strong start between EX4 and BT13, and we've not seen you that much since.
Oh man, I've been so busy. It's unreal. Like I've been running online events constantly and just preparing for Liverpool and preparing for Digimon finals because I don't know if anyone's said it yet, but I am the head judge for the European Digimon finals. I am super excited for that as well.
No, that's very
Why is
cool, man.
my phone's just rebooted for no reason? Yeah, no, like I'm super hyped, so I'm prepping for it. I've been picking the team. But I've been really enjoying the BT13 meta. The good thing about it being 6 months long is that I've actually found the time to play in it and won a couple of store championships as well, which was fun to do.
I've been fucking
Um,
raging this format because I couldn't actually attend a single store championship just out of like bad luck.
I know, I remember that. Probably that's why I won things, to be fair.
It's also like it's annoying as well though because the store championship stuff this set was actually pog crazy.
Oh, I know. I've just got back my store champion Ordinamon that got a PSA 10, which I'm super hyped about. It'll sit on my nice shelf filled with nice cards.
You can go for a wee chug
Probably.
kit later.
No, I can't. I mean, see, to be fair, right? If I was going, you're like, at least she's not a furry, all right?
Come
She's
on,
just
man.
kind of
Come on.
crazy woman.
Yeah, big
Don't
giant
fucking.
naked angel Lilith type.
Yeah.
No, Lilith one's a woman, but no,
Like
Lilith one's a thing, but.
every kind of like Digimon woman they draw in this thing though, the proportions are wild.
Oh yeah, no, they are either they have a massive chest, or they're a child. That's it. Like, there's no just
Yep.
people.
Thankfully,
But then,
Yellow Hybrid's the only crossover in that genre.
which is still weird because a 10-year-old child, digivolves into a girl in underwear. I still not really a fan of that concept, but
No,
it
a little
is what it
sussy.
is. But yeah, so like I've been enjoying playing Shine Greymon. Like it's a really really good deck. I think I cracked my list on it, especially for the store champs. And it's just been nice but like Shine Greymon was the first deck that I got in when BT1 came out, or BT 1.5, which came out like 2 weeks afterwards. That was the first deck I built. I had a lot of fun playing that, so it's nice to play it again, and it's rekindled my love for the Shine Greymon line as well, which is why I'm watching Data Squad at the moment.
Yeah.
But like, I also want to give credit to Ravemon, because that's the deck that I built when I was getting back into the game. Because I've been playing One Piece, I've been playing Battle Spirits, a bit of Pokemon, kind of dodging between card games at the moment, or like I was in the first half of the year. And then I was like, no, I want to come back to Digimon. I like Digimon. I built Ravemon. I got a couple of like locals wins with it, and I was like, this is actually a fun format. Built Shine, and I've been having a lot of fun from there, and I'm super hyped for BT14 as well. So it's good to get back into the game properly after spending a lot of time playing One Piece, which, in my opinion, I know it's doing super well. Happy for it. I still think Digimon's a better card game mechanically.
This is what I
Which
come
is why
back to. That's horrendous.
I just like I don't know what obviously One Piece is in its infancy, right? But
yeah.
it's at the point where I think the core mechanics of the game are interesting and cool, but I don't enjoy the core mechanics of the game, and the card effects are really not flashy at all. To the point in it where it's like, okay, this card says delete this thing, this card says return this
Well,
thing to
to be
hand, and
fair,
it feels really bad to play against cards like that.
I will defend it because if you remember, early Digimon was literally just vanillas,
Exactly, yeah.
and like your level 5s and 6s had effects. Like,
Uh,
it's very much in its infancy, but like One Piece is growing because Bandai have learned from their card games,
yeah.
and it's growing at a faster pace in a better way, and they're not putting as much filler shit into their packs, which is really good. Like, if you remember, I don't
Was
know
it
if
reset
I
though?
opened a box a BT4 recently just for the nostalgia.
Oh
The
Jesus.
amount of vanillas is wild, man. Like, a good
Oh man.
50% of the set is vanillas. And I'm sitting there like, how the fuck did we play in a format like this? It's no wonder that decks like Wargreymon or Lord Nightmon were allowed to run rampant, when that was the biggest mechanic in the game, was DP reduction, and nothing else could do anything against it.
Yeah.
It took them 10... No. When did that X-Antibody Black War come out?
ET9.
Yeah, it took them fucking ages to put in a you can't have your DP reduced thing. No, it was on
Oh
the
no,
Doru Grey one
BT11.
first of all. It was on Doru Grey first of all, but like before that, the yellow was mental, and that was kind of about it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then blue.
Yeah.
It just always happens with card games, man. For me, I think it's like it just depends like what property you like more and the mechanics. Like for me,
Yeah,
evolving things into bigger things in card games is so fun. Like when I was a kid and I played Pokemon, I used to love evolving, and I hated how when I got older, I found out that like the best Pokemon cards were all big giant bunguses you could drop on the board with a ridiculous amount of HP and the strongest attacks, and they didn't evolve. Like
yeah.
I know that's
Or with
changed a bit now.
Yu-Gi-Oh, with Yu-Gi-Oh, where you'd have to like sack two of your guys to get blue eyes out or something
See,
like that.
that's fun as well. Like fusions is like my favorite mechanic in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just sad now that you can fuse anything into anything, and every deck runs pretty much the same list. Well, not right. This isn't word for word, but you know, you run the same toolbox side deck and a lot of different Yu-Gi-Oh decks.
Yeah,
The extra deck is usually all who can make this boss monster best.
Yeah,
Quite a few times.
I
Uh,
new cards come out and they're
Shira.
like, oh my god, this thing can make Appaloosa so fucking fast, bro. And you're like, right, can we not make
Appaloosa
Yeah.
is
oh,
fucking
Oh
ace
my
card, by
god,
the way.
man. I was watching a Yu-Gi-Oh regionals the other day there because I've had COVID and I was fucking dying.
And you thought you'd
So I
watch
just stuck on
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I stuck on a Yu-Gi-Oh regionals. In the live stream, it was, I don't know what deck the guy was playing, but they were playing against this guy playing Exodia, right? Everyone knows what Exodia does. You get all 5 pieces in your hand, you win the duel. That's the end of
Aye.
the discussion. And I watched as this guy comboed through his deck for 15 minutes without his opponent getting to do a single thing bar one negate, and then he won the game on turn 1 with Exodia. What the fuck is that meant to be? Like,
So that
what the
guy went
absolute...
viral because he was taking Exodia's not really good right now, and this guy's like a famous player because he used to play Mystic Mine, and he was the only Mystic Mine player that people used to like. And now he's playing like Exodia, and he's also like a middle-aged man who plays the game because of his son, I think. So
Yeah.
he's literally like Grandpa Moto, and he's out here playing Exodia. Now he didn't actually do that well in that tournament, but he did get a featured match, the one Adam's talking about, because I think he was XO in round 4 or 5 of the tournament. So people were pogging, but I think he went on to lose every other game after that, which is really sad. But
No,
it was
I
a
know, I
really
know.
cool moment.
It's a cool moment, and don't get me wrong, watching him get Exodia consistently was kind of fun, but at the same time, if that's a bad deck in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I don't want to see what the fucking good decks are. That looks horrible. I left Yu-Gi-Oh! When pendulums were invented. Thank fuck I did.
Oh no,
I like I
absolutely.
really like Digimon, and like you said, Cobb, obviously when it comes to Digimon, I know that Agumon's going into Greymon.
Yeah.
Most of the time, Agumon's going into Greymon or Geo Greymon. I know Commandermon's going into Tankmon or
Seals
whatever it's
Drummond.
called. Yeah, I know what the evolution line is, but the whole thing with Digimon is that it's not, set in stone. That Agumon could go into a fucking Aquilamon, whatever the level 4 bird thing is.
Yes.
Like, it's not
You got it right.
guaranteed. So
Good.
whilst whilst you will know what your opponent is playing, because the decks are meta lists are common, you might be surprised. And it's the same thing with this Blastace set that's coming out where you get the counter mechanics. It's adding a new level of complexity to the game. Whereas for me, One Piece is, you've played out a Sakazuki. That
Aye.
Sakazuki's killed something.
Yes, this
That's
is my
all
issue.
it's going to. That's all he can do until he dies. That's it. Like, it's. I like Digimon. I still
Aye.
do prefer Digimon.
We don't want to get on dogging on One Piece because obviously it's very fun, but I also
No,
do
it's
have I do have a very underdog chip on my shoulder right now with Digimon, obviously, because Digimon is like the older game. And then just like as the card game cycle goes, like, new thing on the block has another hot property attached to it that's going to be bigger, regardless of like how the games go. But I obviously it's a well designed game. I just don't personally enjoy it that much. Although there is some fun things about it. There's like a lot of fun things as well. But overall, I'm firmly in the digital camp. Nothing beats
it gonna
evolve
make-
me, draw me, gain me, evolve me, draw me, play
That's
me,
'cause
suss me,
that's 'cause
gain me, draw me.
You've got Digimon Tourette's, mate. That's why.
It's because the dopamine hit when you see the line, mate. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it when you see the line in Digimon and you go pog crazy.
That is true. The line is
The draw
fun.
me, game me shit is Callum just hits out with in real life. If Digimon dies, he's got nothing.
Yeah, I can't say draw me, I can't say game me, I can't say sus this guy. I can't say pierce me. I can't say 22k into security, piercing, 4 checks, unsuspend me, swing me, tap UJ, unsuspend me, slip me, sorry, and then unsuspend me, swing for game. I can't say that anymore.
Mm,
And the world will be happier for. No, I'm kidding.
It
I
would
love
be.
Digimon, but I'm well and firmly in the One Piece camp. I'm
It
I'm
is real.
annoyed by the ban list retraction because it just feels daft, but that's for a different podcast.
Yes, that's British.
Yeah.
When you starting the One Piece pod, mate? In fact, don't, 'cause
Oh,
we'll never see you again.
as if we can. I was going to say we could barely organize this fucking one.
And I was gonna say it's not
That's
in
true.
our best interest.
Right.
That is true. So we've got.
Next up, we got the new Alt Cup rules.
Yes, we do. I've not even
Yeah.
got the fucking Alt
Have
Cup
you
rules up.
I was going to say,
I can-
Cobb, you want to?
I can
lead
tell
off
you
with the rules?
very, very roughly what it is, right? So basically, Bandai have announced that starting January, I believe, might be late December or January.
No,
I can't remember.
it's the December Ultimate
December.
Cups that carry on into January. Yeah.
Yeah. So starting December, the only cards that will be legal for play will be released from after RB1 onwards. So that's RB1, the two new starter decks, the Wolf of
Block 3,
Friendship and the
block
Courage.
03.
Yep, I'm not even 100% sure if it's all block 3 cards, because the other thing is they've got, if the card has been reprinted at some point for any reason, be that in RB01 or in tournament packs or promo packs, that card is legal for play as well. So a lot of decks are going to be operating with maybe half of their full combo. It's very interesting. It will definitely shake up what's good to a degree. But all I'll say is there's one deck that will be legal that will have had 2 sets of support when that time comes. And it
Yep.
rhymes with Schmagushmon.
What?
Agumon is what I was going for there.
Oh,
Whatever.
right, okay.
So
what were
there's,
you thinking, Adam?
I mean, literally,
I
like,
was trying to write Metal Garurumon with Schmagushmon.
Schmagushmon, man. You don't know Schmagushmon, my favourite fake Digimon. But there's like, it's just sad, man, because in my head I'm like, alright, what am I playing? D Brigade? Oh, could D Brigade be good? Hold on, we've got fucking 2 Commandramon and High Commandramon, that can't be that good. Maybe it will be alright, but it's just annoying to think about. And then you're like, oh well, maybe I could play Etamon, and you're like, hold on a fucking minute. I've had 2 Sukamon printed, in one of them, because EX5 will have this format as well. I think that's going to be the last set that has this format. So they'll have Targetmon, which is 3 to evolve over, so it will be ass, and the Security Sukamon, and it will only have 1 Tumon, well, 2 Tumons, but again, one of them is ass. So it's like, you're trying to think what will be playable in these formats, and I do worry that it will just end up becoming, okay, these decks have a large amount of cards printed in this window, so we're going to be playing this. And like
It probably
the Diva
will.
deck. The Diva deck is good.
Will. But like, I'm I'm a big fan of this fucking new Ultimate Cup format. I really am. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a bunch of decks dominate, but like, we're always gonna see decks dominate anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter what set they're in. Like, the fact that they've just went, see these past 15 sets, fuck them. Here's this new, albeit limited thing. I think what they're trying to do is so RBO1 reprinted a bunch of good serial cards that are all legal for it. RBO1 is fully legal,
Yep.
including the reprint cards. But they've basically went, this is us starting from scratch. Let's see what starting from scratch with a couple of the old favorites looks like. I'm super a fan of that. I think yellow's going to do super well.
Yep.
It would be interesting to see how blue does with it as well, because they lose a lot of their shit gimmicks and go back to what they're good at, but albeit a bit stronger. I'm really interested into seeing what this will bring. And shameless plug, organized play events are running one online on January 7th. Come
Oh,
play
short.
come play in it and claim your Gallantmon support.
Gallantmon support.
Yeah, right,
Oh.
Bandai. See if you're listening to this, I love you, but fucking please update it. Come on. Please.
Listen, see, in the
please.
year of our Lord 2024, please do not give us one wave of Alt Cup support for the whole last year, man, because people will be pogged for about 6 months, and then they will be the opposite of pogged for the remainder.
I was going to say, you're being generous giving them 6 months.
I am, but I like to err on the side of generosity for these things.
Well, we don't know what the next year's. So I don't think Alt Cups are going to be a thing anymore after this format. I think there'll be online and offline regionals, and then
Yep.
there will be like side events and like smaller online events and that sort of thing. I think we're done with Ultimate Cups, the way that they are just now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be curious to. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like we don't know what cards we're gonna get because they've just announced the 3v3 Digimon
Yep.
events, which we thought the Black War stuff that you get in that, we thought we were getting for next year's Ultimate Cup, but it's for 3-on-3, so like, who knows? Who knows what's going on?
No, this is true. It is weird as well, though, because Ultimate Cup's kind of... I almost think if they've not got some sort of cool format, they actually don't really serve much purpose, because there's no difference between them and a regionals apart from the rule set. And originally, Ultimate Cups and regionals were different things with different prizing, but they had literally no difference between them. They were just tournaments.
Yeah.
And Ultimate
Oh,
Cups used to have incredible prizing, whereas regionals had kind of mid prizing, which was weird.
yeah, but the ticket prices were the same,
Yeah,
which I'm again I'm not a fan of, and I have fed this back to Bandai that we can't keep charging the same thing for two events when the pricing is vastly different. Hopefully they're listening at some point in time. Who knows? But
yeah, it's kind
yeah,
of weird with it.
for in my opinion, regionals should be the main 2-day event with shit tons of prizing, a la One Piece. The stuff you get for One Piece participation is wild. No wonder there's so
Let's
many
go.
scalpers in the game.
Oh,
And
terrible.
then Ultimate Cup format should be their smaller day 2 no top cut side event. That has the funny format. That's what it should be at every single event going forward, in my opinion.
I'm still kind of holding out hope that we get a chosen one format side
We might
event.
do.
Because it would be fun and interesting, and I think that's a format that actually encourages unique deck building instead of just saying, well, okay, these decks are playable, these ones aren't.
Digimon Commander.
Like, I was literally saying earlier on, seeing EX5, the Deva deck is not like tier 1, but it's like pretty competitive. And imagine a format where every single last card you play is playable, but every other deck in the game is working with like
Are
half
you
a
talking
half a deck.
about? Are you talking about the Dianamon
Oh
Nightfang
no!
stuff?
That's that as well, right? Because that does get everything it wants in that set. But I'm talking about the Fang Longmon, play big level fives into your
Oh,
breeding
yeah, yeah,
area,
yeah.
play all the Devas and
The
the
four sovereigns
Sovereigns.
then.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the aces. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So that'll be interesting.
I'm
Yeah,
glad that deck is doing well.
it will be.
Not like
It'll
broken,
be.
but
It'll be fun.
Fang Long goes crazy, mate.
But
If you can't deal with Fang Long, what can you do?
mm, Fanglong's your win condition.
Fang Long is literally like, do you guys know what it does? Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna go look it up on
It's
deck.com.
Bryce, it's on play when attacking. You can return up to 4 in any combination of Devas or 4 Sovereigns from your trash to the bottom of your deck. And then it neg 4Ks everything on your opponent's board by
Yeah.
4K total for the turn.
It's nuke. It's nuke board, nuke stack, can't be deleted,
Yeah.
sort of thing. The
And
alt
this is
art's
why
fucking sick. The alt art
Wanglong.
is sick.
Oh, did you rename him Fanglong? I thought that's a weird rename. I'm gonna guess that this is. Yeah, okay, so I mean, it's
Huang
probably the
Longmon in
exact
it.
same name, but
Yeah,
yeah, he
it's
was
Huang
Huang.
Longmon and
Oh,
thingy.
he was Huang Longmon, and it's one of the ones where it's like you don't expect them to translate a lot of the names.
Well,
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you what
that seems kind of
Huangmon
nice.
means. I don't know what Huang means, right? But I don't.
I don't
It's
know
not
what it
that
means, but it's just one of those ones
different
where
to
it's like it
Fang.
sounds cool.
Yeah, it does
Well,
sound
Huang.
cool, and again, it's like that. All the devas and stuff are meant to be based around like the
Well,
Chinese
Huangmon is.
zodiac.
Yeah, Huangmon is like, you know how you see the Chinese dragons that are the big long spindly things?
Hmm.
Huanglong is the like he's like the dragon of balance or something like that in Chinese
Yeah.
mythology.
Is he really
So
long?
Yeah, no.
you have the four
Oh yeah,
sovereigns who
yeah.
are held in control by this guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just weird. I mean, Fang Long is not really that different, is it? But
No, it sounds the same.
it sounds less Chinese, which is counterproductive to what the theming is going for. So
I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for the day that we get the Norse, not the Norse gods. We're starting to get those. The fucking Greek gods and Roman gods. We're starting to get them with Apollo and Dianamon. I just want all 13 gods to go against the
Oh,
seven deadly
I
sins.
swear EX5 was announced as this is the Olympus 12 set, and it's like
I thought it was
it's
announced
not.
as Sun and Moon set.
I
Yeah,
swear it was
it's the
announced as
Digimon
Olympus
World.
12.
It's the Dawn and Dusk set because you get Apollo and Dianamon. We've already seen some of the not the Olympus set, but like we've not got a dedicated set of them.
Aye.
But we're getting the EX6 as the seven deadly sins that go into Ogudamon. I assume we'll see the Olympus 13 after that though.
Who the
I
fuck is
love the
Ogudamon?
Greek and Roman gods. I
I
really
didn't
want
know
that
who
set.
Ogudamon was either, Bryce,
I
but
thought
he's
the
like
seven
some
deadly
kind of
sins went into Shadow Lord.
Ogudamon is the Jogress of all of the seven deadly sins.
very
And it is
evil, very
basically
powerful.
I can imagine he would be an Exodia win condition, an
Yeah, you would
alternate win
think so.
condition.
I would like to thematically imagine that it's like, okay, when all the 7 deadly sins combine, it brings about the apocalypse of the
I
earth.
can imagine it being, if you can get all 7 deadly sins underneath this card, you win the game.
Yeah,
That is a
But then make it super difficult to pull off.
it's going to be weird, man. I mean, already the idea of the deck doesn't excite the shit out of me, right? Because we've just had Royal Knights, which to me kind of plays like Mother 2 Electric Boogaloo, right? And then they're like, okay, now guys, we've got this. So they've not, obviously they've not actually announced or revealed any of them yet, but they've went, right, now this deck plays, imagine playing all of the Demon Lords in one deck and getting them all onto the board at once. And I'm like, that sounds like, now imagine you play all of the Royal Knights and you get them onto the board all at once. I'm like, I sleep.
We are starting to. We've had a lot of them already. We've had Lucimon. We're getting Leviamon. We've had Demon. We've got Belphamon. We've got Beelzemon. We've got Lilithmon. The only one that we've not had is Barbamon, which is sort of meant
Aye.
to be like the greed
Old man.
seven, the greed sin. So like I'm really interested to see what they do with it.
See, another
I'm
thing
sure
I
this is
forgot
one
to
like
say.
people have said a lot, I'm gonna guess, but if it's based on a Gudamon, what happened to Shadow Lord Lucimon? Because he's meant to be
So he might come
when
out too.
Lucimon absorbs all the sins. And he even has the same symbols above him. Like Ogudamon has all of the sin symbols, so does Shadow Lord.
Yeah, I have never heard of a Gudamon until someone in our group chat was like, "Oh, yo, they're
Yeah,
putting
this is the
Ogudamon in."
first time I've ever heard of him.
But in my
Yeah,
head,
they are-
I
they're-
immediately went to Lucimon when I heard this get announced.
They're both classed as super demon lords.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're both complete absorptions of all of the Demon Lords.
Yeah.
See, see what I was going to say as well. By the way, you know, I'm just talking about like, oh, we've got Mother, and then we've got Royal Knights, and then we've got now the Demon Lord deck coming out. I was trying to remember because there was another deck that played in the same way that I forgot what deck it was, and it is literally the Four Sovereigns Fanglord Mon deck is like, imagine you played all the four sovereigns at once and then made a big guy.
You also have the Great Dragons one, but it doesn't go into a big guy yet.
Imagine you played the four great
well,
dragons in one deck.
I think with Royal Knights they finally perfected their formula of play level 6s without it being broken. So I think we can expect to see a lot more decks based around that in the future.
I just hope they don't have like some egg that sucks them up again. I'm like, please, like make this at least a bit different. Like Royal Knights and Mother play very similarly, in my opinion. The only difference is the big chungishes you drop down are a lot bigger.
Well, we're seeing it with Apocalypse. Apocalypse just plays your level 6s to the breeding area, and then it sucks up all of them and kills you.
Yeah, that's another one, to be fair. Imagine you played all of the fucking the guys, the Dark Masters.
You do though.
That's at least, they're basically kind of in two tribes now, right? You've got the ones that's like play the guys on the board, reduce the cost of stuff, and then spit them all out. And then you've got like the Dark Masters and the Deva one that's like get them all into the bin, and then play Big Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like a bit of the design space is being repeated.
Oh yeah. Before we go back on topic, did you know that inside the ball that Shadow Lord Lucimon holds, I'm pretty sure is actual Shadow Lord Lucimon, which is like just a wee guy.
Yeah, it's a wee worm dude.
Yeah.
Is that not like the larva? It's level 2?
After he's killed.
I think it's called Lucimon Shadow Lord Larva. Which is just adding words together at this point.
I thought, is this a...
It might just be called Lucimon Larva.
Adam will know this, right? I don't know if I've just fucking Mandela affected myself here or no, but did Lucimon Satan mode, or I think it's Satan mode in Japan, it gets called Shadow Lord over here, which is a bit lame, but I swear he held up a planet, like the world at one point, or has it always been just a misty ball? I think it's always been a misty ball.
Yeah, I remember a misty ball. Is it a planet now?
No, it's a misty ball, but in my head it was actually like meant to be the planet Earth he was holding.
Ah.
I think you have indeed Mandela'd yourself, mate.
Can I
think
go
so
off
as well.
topic again, but it's still Digimon for a moment?
Yeah.
Sure.
If you've heard that Digimon Masters Online is getting rebooted, and also the same company that made Digimon Masters Online are making another Digimon MMO called Digimon Super Rumble.
It's already out. Super Rumble's been out for 1.5 years, mate.
Aye, but no here, and it's like closed beta.
Aye. It looks really
Ooh.
good though, but like it looks super limited. I've actually just
Yeah.
installed it to see if I can try and work my way through the Japanese. Yeah, I mean Masters is honestly it's just filled with whales at this point. I
Aye.
don't know how it's still going.
You know it's
But
shut
like it
down,
needs
Adam?
to be in what?
You know it's shut down outside of every territory apart from some places in Latin America because it could not conform to laws on microtransactions that
Oh,
have
aye,
been instigated.
it's absolutely horrendous. Like, see, like we're seeing screenshots from Super Rumble. I don't rate that at all. It looks too good. Like,
It-
it looks like a tech demo
Do you
of
know
like,
what I was
oh,
gonna say?
look how good we can make this. Like,
Yeah,
great, cool.
it looks like when people say, "Yo, imagine Mario looked like this," and it's like Mario in the Unreal Engine.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You're like, right, okay.
But I think
Show me
that's
the
cool.
gameplay. Yeah, but all you're seeing is Agumon punch Devimon next
Nah.
to a children's play park. Like,
This one,
I'm
this
fucking.
last one I
To
posted.
be fair,
wasn't
that's
more
a
accurate.
very Digimon sentence.
That looks fine. Like the last screenshot of the actual UI and stuff looks fine, but even then, I'm like, I'll wait and see what it does. I would rather just play Cyber Sleuth as an actual RPG again.
I replayed Cyber Sleuth recently, and I can never get through that game, man. It always gets to the point where it's tedious.
It's rough. It's rough.
It's all the bloody pishy side quests, and
I know.
it like the gameplay is really engaging, right? But you always get to a point where you're like, right, go fucking mash X on the side quest stuff, and then the one issue I always have with it is because I want to mash through the pishy walls of text on the side quest, I always don't realise what I'm doing, and there's no like
oh, I
map.
know.
There's no map with a quest marker. And if you go to check your quests, they don't tell you exactly what to do. It gives you like a generic overview of the quest, so you have to go and speak to Mireille or fucking
Oh, that's horrendous. I remember.
Kawakami repeatedly.
Yeah, you do. The worst bit is that when you don't like if you've come back to the game as well for after a while and you're like, what the fuck am I meant to do? Like Nokia's like, have you tried talking to Mirai? And Mirai's like, have you tried feeding your Digimon some soup in the farm? And you're like, what the fuck am I meant to be doing, man?
To be fair, the one good thing is they do tend to give you good information, but the mere fact I have to walk back to them and talk to them is fucking a pain in the bollocks.
The fact that game doesn't have proper fast travel as well is like
most of the side quests are literally just this Digimon's being a dick, enter digital world, walk through maze, find Digimon, kill Digimon, repeat. Like
there was
the main story itself is pretty good though.
I know, and it's annoying because I never get past the point spoiler where the Digimon come into the real world. Like last time I got to that point when I originally played it, and then this time I got to like, chapter 10.
Fucking start.
And is it fucking like chapter 14 or something?
That's the start of the game.
No, it isn't. I got to chapter 11, man, and it didn't happen. And there's only 20 chapters, brother, so you're chatting out your arse.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is chatting out his arse. I remember that is roughly the halfway point though, so it's probably closer to 12.
It feels like the start of the game.
I still couldn't even tell you what the plot is, and I'm on chapter 11. It's just like, oh, there's bad shit happening, but we got to deal with it.
It's literally just these kids are in a coma. Why? Oh, the Digimon are being evil again.
Yeah, it's very slow,
yeah, you definitely got that right, and not completely backwards.
Aye, the Digimon are evil, right?
I'm not spoiling everything. You need to play Hacker's Memory as well, though, to be fair.
I did play it a wee bit. Same
Hacker's
issue.
Memory. I can't make my way through it. It's so slow at the start of Hacker's Memory, and I'm like, oh, the end of Cyber Sleuth was a slog because I wanted to 100% all the side quests, which I managed to do.
That's a mistake. It's a JRPG,
I did it,
my friend.
I fucking did it with Cyber Sleuth. I didn't 100% the Digi like Pokedex thing, but that's because some of them are locked in Hacker's Memory.
I think, yeah, that's true, but I actually think that's reasonably easy to do. Like, that's one of the satisfying things about it is blooping up your guys and blooping down again. And You know, that's good shit.
Also, if you have the Switch port, you can leave it on rest, and it does all your farm leveling for you, which is amazing.
You can
Yeah,
do
I
that on
found that
PC, I
out.
know.
I found
Yeah,
that out
but
when I
leaving your
fucking
PC on rest feels worse than leaving your Switch on rest.
Good point.
I found that out when I put it on my Switch on rest and came back to 1,000 hours in the game.
Oh yeah, I have like I think maybe a few thousand hours in the game just because I accidentally left my Switch
Yeah.
on charge in rest mode for
I
like a
was like,
month.
if this was Metal Gear Solid 3, I'd have won a boss battle by now. Like, what's going on?
Aye, the guy
Yeah.
would have had a heart attack on the
Aye.
grassy knoll.
That's got remastered, actually. I do want to play that.
Nice. Next
Aye, so
topic time.
back to
What,
Digimon. Yeah,
yeah,
also
what,
Ultimate Cup. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, what we're meant to be talking
We'll,
about now.
Ultimate Cup's
we're
looking
going
kind
on
of sussy
to.
to me, fellas. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see what. We'll
Noodle.
just play it. You'll play it
Well,
anyway. You're a fiend.
it's new and it's only lasting till January, so it can't be that bad, right?
Aye. Well, we'll find out. BT14. Right, so we're not doing any fucking BT14. We're not doing another set review because it takes 5 hours. Or if me and Cobb are doing it alone, it takes 7 hours somehow.
I know.
So like,
He's the only motherfucker who says, "Right,
we're
shut up,
just gonna
move on."
rate. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the main decks, BT14, what we expect to see, and that's your pizza.
I don't get what
That's
Adam
your
just
pizza.
said, but
That
I get half of it.
basically we're going to summarize decks, which is what we say at the end of every single set preview, except we're actually doing it this time.
Aye, and yeah, did any use go to pre-releases?
No, I have
I
I've had
bought a
COVID.
box. I didn't play a pre-release.
I played in one pre-release. I got one box. I got another box on the way that I already regret buying because I only really want the brigade and I've completed the deck already. But pre-release was really fun. Like I'll quickly just say that when earlier on when Adam was talking about in BT4, there's so many like vanilla bulk shitters. Literally, don't think there's one bulk shitter vanilla in this set. Almost every card. It was actually probably now I had fun at the pre-release, right? But it was very high rolly because some of the cards have ridiculously powerful effects in a pre-release setting. And it
That's
was
great.
no, it was great because you actually pull cards and go, "Oh my god, I got Vademon. This is absolute cancer." Because literally, Vademon is just a level 5/7K that costs 3 Evo on, and in pre-release meta, it just says on play when Digivolve and de-Digivolve something free,
Yeah.
which is a
By the
joke.
way, I am quickly scanning the set. There is not a single
Yeah,
card there's not a
there
single
is not a
Digimon in the
single
set
vanilla.
without some form of effect, whether it's
Yeah,
inherited or their own effect.
and all the effects are
Yeah.
actually like powerful as well. There's a lot of Digimon here that I think if they had half decent inheritables would actually be playable.
To be
What do you
fair,
call it?
BT13 did have that as well, but like it feels good to not have any shit vanillas anymore. And like we're starting to get, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, we're getting fucking Cockatorimon with jamming, but like at least it does something, as opposed to just being pack filler. It feels like any card could be playable in a certain format now.
Aye, like people might even look at Cockatorimon and go, "Oh, I'm going to play this in Bird deck in BT15." Like, oh, because that deck revolves around being aggressive. This bird that evolves for 2 and swings with jamming might be good. Probably won't be. But I mean, rush check with jamming on a level 4. I don't know. Maybe that's something. People can. I always
Yeah.
talk about cards that people can cope on and look at and go, "Oh, that's actually like decent." Like a new player might look at this and go, "That's good, man. That's actually worth looking at."
Yeah, and
It's not, but you know, at least they've got heart.
No, exactly.
it's
That's what I
funny
mean.
though. I
If you have
can't wait for
experience, you
set
tell it isn't.
20 where Cockatorimon becomes meta because you find a way to shit 6 of them out and give them rush.
See if Cockatorymon's
Mm,
inheritable was like when attacking player gain 2k inheritable, like that card would be playable at some point.
Cockatorimon not red?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said green 2K.
Yeah, if I did, I'm troll. Oh, gain 2k, I meant to say if I didn't.
Oh, gain 2K,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of cards here that are just literally, if Digimon wasn't such a tribal game now, and they didn't have, or they had inheritables, then they'd probably be half decent. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cards in that set that were crazy in pre-release, man. Goldramon, fucking play a 6k blocker and a guy with rush for 6k and recover one if he dies. Pog. No, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Lots of blocker inheritables, so spam with wee guy was not that good. Lots of stuff that forces things to be rested, things that can swing over giant things that can out giant things. It was a great time.
Love a good pre-release. I don't play many pre-releases anymore because a lot of the time they haven't really felt worth the value.
Yeah. Oh, mine were
But
not worth the value, man. Like, literally, my 6 packs. So I reserved another one at another store, right? So I got 2 pre-release packs or sets. My first set had 1 SR. It was 1 Fenrir Lugamon that was arse in pre-release IMO. So I was sad in that one. I was like, damn, we're down 18 squid here. And then in my other one, I pulled 2 SRs, but I think they were some of the lesser ones, honestly. So yeah, I like did really bad with my pre-release packs. But my box was good. I got an Altar Angemon and a Wargreymon. I think you'd probably prefer. I don't know if you'd prefer a normal Angemon and an Altar or whatever, but
I mean, I definitely would have preferred if you pulled a normal Angemon because
yeah, because then you
it makes
wouldn't owe
things
me
simpler
money.
for me. Yeah, but now you'll get your 10. Don't you?
Arc, it's fine. I trust in the brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think the altars in this set are really expensive right now. Like I can't think of one that's under £20 on Card Market at the minute. I know it is obviously it's pre-release weekend, but a lot of them are very expensive.
Also, something nice that Card.dev's doing, which I feel like Adam brought up, is that the all arts are here.
Including the English, so they're doing English exclusive alt arts, which is really nice. Because we get nothing compared to Japan. We get cards that are 6 sets late, to the point where they completely change the meta. So it's nice they're giving us some exclusive alt arts that look actually good.
Yeah.
Like the Metal Greymon Ace alt art that's the scene of him digivolving from 02, not 02, 01.
Yeah.
Did he always have a metal tail like that?
It's just a little bit on his tail. It's like got cybernetic stuff on him.
Yeah, it looks
that's
it
him
looks like
in
they've covered
Digivol
it with
animation.
skin, basically.
I never noticed that, Adam, and that's pretty epic.
Yeah. Oh, these are beautiful, by the way. Like, because I think there's one for every original series tape or like Digimon.
The exclusive alt arts are just Zudomon, Magna Angemon, Metal Grey, and Lilymon's got that funny wee one.
Yeah, so all of the original series guys.
Well,
there's no Garurumon or anything like that.
Just the aces.
Yeah, but Garurumon didn't get an ace in here.
Aye.
Because he.
In fact, Garurumon's not in the main set, so.
Yeah.
No, it's because he's getting 2 waves of support next set.
I know, Garurumon
but like the Magna Angemon ace looks like both of those aces look stunning. And will be getting fired right into my collection.
The ace cards look amazing in person as well. Like I think the way the foiling looks with the border looks sick, to be honest. I'm gonna look at one right now because my pulls are sitting on my table right now.
I have nothing. Nothing.
Yummy.
Mine's downstairs, so I'm not gonna go run away from the pod to go grab.
All the ones I've got that don't have a big crimp in the corner are really nice.
Oh no, that's so cute.
Yeah. So let's talk about the decks that we're gonna see pop up. And they're gonna be centered around the ace cards because that's the whole gimmick. So we've got Metal Grey, the new Metal Grey Acemon. All of these aces have the hand counter blast digivolve that lets you digivolve when your opponent attacks. It's the new counter timing mechanic. And as we've discussed before, we don't think it's going to have a huge effect on the meta, the actual cards themselves, but the threat of aces is going to have a big impact, which we will, remain to see.
I actually think they're all really good, apart from the Metal Greymon. And the Lilymon is very mid as well, but at least Magna Angemon Ace and Zudomon Ace are both very powerful cards, I think.
Yeah, so they're all 4 play cost 8k, and they all have the overflow of lose 3 memory whenever they leave the field. This is if they go to security, if they go to trash, if they go hand, if they get bottom decked. The only time it does not trigger is if they get tucked under another Digimon or under a tamer. If there's any cards that do that, of which there are a couple by now. But as soon as that tamer or Digimon leaves the field, then overflow triggers. You lose the memory immediately. The memory lose mechanic is not an interruptive effect. It happens instantly. It doesn't wait to trigger. As soon as that card is gone, you lose the memory. There's no pending. There's nothing like that. It just happens as part of the card going, which is interesting because it literally breaks every single rule in the Digimon card game to do that. So they've just rewritten the book in order to include it, which was fun to read through.
That is a Bandai classic, by the way, from like the old Dragon Ball days. They used to change rules because they print something and go, "Oh fuck, how do we fit this in?" And they go, "Change an old rule."
Yeah, which is totally fine. And it's not and it can't be blocked by memory blockers because it's you losing memory, not your opponent gaining memory, that sort of thing. So you've got the Metal Greymon, which is on play when Digivolving, because of course you can now cast a level 5 for a 4 cost, which isn't giving your opponent a shit ton of memory anymore. It deletes a 6k or less.
Kind of underwhelming.
Not good. Not that good, but
it also
doesn't play.
It doesn't help that there's 500 good Metal Greymons you can run now either.
Yeah. It's not the best, but what is very good in this deck, so if you were to play the deck just as it's presented, the Metal Grey Ace isn't the best, but what is the best is the Agumon that lets you go into a Greymon for free, which is a new SR. Super, super good card. The alt art is also very nice. And the secret rare War Greymon.
It's got every effect in the game as well.
Yep, it's got Raid, gains security attack +1 and piercing if you've got a tamer in play, and it is a full warp card that goes from an Agumon into a War Greymon, as long as your opponent has a 10k or higher out, which is not that, hard. So yeah, it's a pretty good card, pretty good secret. It's going to become it'll be a common gotcha comeback card, I think, for Red for a bit.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. You're gonna have to be prepared to for that coming out. Like the Agumon sitting in the raising area is gonna be kind of intimidating now.
Yeah,
you'll have to play around it.
The good thing is that you can't use Agumon's effect to go into the Wargrey. You have to go into the Wargrey using the Wargrey's effect. So you're still paying the cost, but even then, you're digivolving, you're raiding into the big guy, you're killing it, you're piercing, you're checking 2 damage. At 15k because the Agumon has a DP boost, that sort of thing. It's pretty good.
That'd be terrifying if you could go straight into it for free. That'd be fucking.
And the legendary Kenji Watanabe done all the artwork for it as well. One of their OG Digimon artists, and actual person that designed the manga and the anime and stuff.
How many helmets do you think are going to be like going right? I'm going to warp into War Greymon here. Opponent plays out turn, goes back to them, right? Raise Agumon, evolve into Grey. Oh, fuck, I was going to warp! I was going to warp this turn!
Yep.
I could believe it.
Absolute helmet behaviour.
Red players be like...
Yeah. Notable other cards from Red is the Tyrannomon. Because it literally lets you go into a Rusty for like -1 because it's a constant start of your main phase effect. Start your main phase until the end of your turn. When you would digivolve into a Tyrannomon or a dinosaur / ceratopsian trait card, reduce the cost by 1. So you can go into like a Metal Grey and a Rusty for 2 and 1 and stuff like that.
They actually went out of their way to make this card worse than it should be. Like, Tyrannomon is not a good deck at all right now. Would it really have killed them to make it either a 2-cost Evo or just a main effect? Like, you can just trigger it. Because if you evolve into this Tyrannomon on the turn, you cannot use the start a main effect, which is a bit awkward.
I think the problem is
it could have been a when digivolving start of your main phase effect.
Yeah. What were you saying, Bryce?
I think the problem is because they said dinosaur or ceratopsian as well, so that you can like move through lines. If it was a 2-cost, it would just start seeing teched into other dinosaur-based decks like Agumon.
I don't actually think you would run this in
I don't think
Shinra.
Agumon needs to run something like that. But
He's also data type, so you can't go into him with a new epic Patamon. Lol.
I mean,
You couldn't
you'd
go into
also
him
lock
anyway.
yourself out of colors.
You couldn't go into him anyway because
Yes.
he's red
Yeah.
green.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like they were trying to future-proof slightly, but
They
it
could have
feels
just
a
made
little
it
unnecessary.
exclusive to Tyrannomon. Like they
Yeah,
love going
that's
out
like
of their
the
way.
actual answer.
They love going out of their way making like rogue deck support clunky.
They
I
love
feel
printing random Tyrannomon. Nothing in the line except him. They just love printing him randomly.
New Rusty Ace, baby. New Rusty Ace is out, and it's actually not that bad.
It's because Dino Rexmon and because also a Tyrannomon Evolver sort of deal.
Aye.
Um,
It's maybe go Tyrannomon
Yeah.
into Triceramon into Dino Rex.
Now, don't get me wrong. We don't have any vanillas in this set, but we might as well have with some of the other red stuff because it's literally just
Blocker.
shit,
Raid.
blocker, evade, jamming, raid. Like, that's about it. It's not very good, but it's fine.
Megadramon. He kind of nice
Megadramon.
for.
Megadramon,
okay.
Machine Dramon support.
Yeah,
Not
It is
really.
okay. It will not get played because Metal Mammy is better, and also I'm pretty sure there's another pop effect. I'm losing it.
Yeah, Megidramon.
Megidramon.
Could I say is Megadramon not pop a 4K or something or a 3K? Is that's not just slight creep?
No, it pops a tamer.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, it's
Tamer,
the
yeah.
other one that
No.
pops a 3 cost. Yeah, that's the other one I'm thinking of. Which this is definitely better for popping, but you're not running Megidramon to pop level 3s primarily. It's just a backup plan.
Yeah.
My 4TK.
No notable mention would be Goldramon because it's actually got a unique mechanic that is utterly unplayable.
Four great dragons, Griddy and Bound
Yeah.
Brother recover one when he leaves the field.
So
Let's go.
it plays 2 new unique tokens, Amon of Crimson Flame and Umon of Blue Thunder. First one gains Rush, second one's a blocker. Pretty cool mechanic. And when Goldramon would leave the field, you have to nuke all your tokens and then recover one. It's pretty cool. There's no support for it other than that.
Four
so
great
like,
dragons, mate.
don't really know what they would. Four Great Dragons isn't a deck.
That is new, mate. Goldramon's bringing.
No, it's not. Shut
It
up.
was never a deck. It
But-
will never be
No,
a
but you
deck.
cheat him out, mate. You cheat him out, and then you get the damn effect.
Yeah, mate. Came out for
no.
games. Came out for
3
game.
bodies, brother. Recover 1. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, great. Nuke one and then all of them go.
Aye. Recover 1, mate.
So it's fine, I suppose. It's whatever.
Yep.
What's
Easy,
in blue,
boys.
Bryce? Talk us through what's in blue.
Are you sure you want me to do blue? Because the color after it, I'm definitely talking about. So
I'll do
fucking
blue.
yeah.
I'll do blue quickly, right? Because I actually quite like these cards. So,
No, you don't.
No, I like these guys. It's the other guys I don't like, right? But I love Gomamon, right? So, got the Gomamon line. The Gomamon line cards are all actually really good, and they're also pretty generic in the support they give. I feel like Blue Hybrid's going to be splashing in a lot of these. The Gomamon SR is another start of main phase. You just trash a Digivolution card for something, and then he can't be blocked for the turn. But his inheritable is on the opponent's turn when he's deleted. Play Gomamon for the Digivolution cards. So that's really good just to give you a little bit of comeback. If the Gomamon comes back and then he trashed another source, you're pogging. The Ikakumon is when Digivolve and trash any 2 Digivolution cards from under something, and then he can't be blocked by anything fewer. With fewer sources in him, and he's when attacking his effect is that something with fewer Digivolution cards and it can't attack. So these are all like really powerful, and then of course there's the Zudomon Ace with the same stats as before, but his effect is on play when Digivolve and trash 2 sources and then return something with no sources to the hand. So that's to me one of the more powerful aces, maybe the strongest ace in the set. And it's a really interesting combo. You've got a Plesiomon as well. Seems kind of okay right now till we get Plesiomon X. And then we've got another duplicate line of the Otamamon cards that I really like. The Gekomon and Otamamon are just like when somebody swings on the opponent's turn, they are forced to trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards. So you can really tax people here. And then the Shogun Gekomon isn't all that, but it's just when something gets trashed from their sources, it can't be deleted by battle, and he's a blocker. So I guess the idea there is you trash something with them and then block, and oh yippee, he doesn't die now. But yeah, they're interesting cards. All of them are fucking absolutely insane in pre-release, but the Gomamon stuff's good, and it's good that we're actually getting some love for the wee fishman that everybody loves that's not had anything.
What,
No,
Bryce?
no.
Bryce gets love.
The wee fish guy's Bryce, is he?
Bryce is a wee fish guy.
What do you mean? We've been over this. I'm the wee frog
Look at
guy.
your Discord profile picture, my brother.
It's a kappa,
Yeah,
it's
no,
not a fish.
It's a kappa.
That's a
That's
wee
not a
fish
fish.
guy.
More
No,
like
it
a
isn't.
duck, right?
What?
Uh,
No, it's a turtle.
Turtle,
it's
yeah.
it's more turtle.
Turtles are fish.
Turtles
No,
are
they're
not
no,
fish.
mate. Right, yellow me.
Reptile.
No, you've got Tumon support.
Well, I'll talk about the yellow Tumon stuff then as well, right? Honestly,
Alright.
guys, there's not really like so the new Etamon is absolutely fucking insane, right? It's got a security effect where if you've got 3 or more Sukamon in your trash, you can play a level 6 Etamon from your hand. It has on deletion, place this card at the bottom of the stack, and it's also got that as an inheritable. So this card is absolutely fucking nuts. And it gets absolutely insane when the EX5 stuff comes out because you can go Metal Etamon, which if you don't know lets you rig the security with a Sukamon or an Etamon, and you can change the target to the stack or into the Metal Etamon. So you can go like rig this Etamon into the stack, play another Metal Etamon, and then if they attack again, obviously if you've got this perfect hand, right, which you probably don't have most of the time, you can then rig another Etamon into the stack afterwards, which is just absolutely fucking insane. Honestly, it's nuts. So that card's amazing. It's an easy slot in over the BT1 Etamon, which is sad but true. Other than that, you've got the security Sukamon, which in my honest opinion is not that good right now until they bring out the Metal Etamon next set, in which case it will be played just to see more rig targets. It just gets played off of the stack, and it's inheritable as on deletion, neg something by 3k, which is kind of whatever. There's also an interesting Tumon they've printed here. Again, it's pissed me off here that they didn't make these all yellow-black. I don't know why they didn't make them yellow-black so you can search them. I guess they're just scared of the poo coming out and going crazy. But this Tumon can evolve over yellow-black, but he has himself just yellow. And on play, he will add the top card of your security stack to the hand. Then he plays a Sukamon from your hand to the top of the stack. So I guess the idea is you're going to rig this Sukamon onto the stack, or you rig the new option that turns them into a poo when they swing into it. In my honest opinion, this Tumon is kind of booty because there is only currently 2 Sukamon that can evolve into this because they're yellow. The BT11 one and this new security one. So you can't evolve into Platinum Sukamon, which is really powerful. You can't evolve into the BT1 Sukamon, which is a really good consideration in certain lists. And he can also really fuck you if you've not got a Sukamon in your hand and you play this guy accidentally, can neg you security. So in my opinion, he's not that great, especially when Metal X comes out and he rigs stuff a lot better.
Oh, I never even realised he's mandatory. That's a shite effect.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. And the other thing is like Suka's Curse. People are going, "Holy fuck, this card's amazing!" It's that literally it's just a black yellow option card that's 3 cost and it lets you warp anything on your side of the field into a Sukamon. So you're basically going to use this to warp into a King Sukamon. Now, unfortunately, there's only one good King Sukamon worth running, and he's not really a 4 of in the deck because you don't really want to see him that early. So you're probably running it at 3, maybe 4 if you can squeeze it in, but deck space is very tight. So the best play you can do with this card is warp into King Sukamon from a Tumon, and I don't know if this is coming up that much. The other thing is the fact that checks security and turns into a 3k poo. Like, it doesn't necessarily even shut down their turn when this happens. And I guess the hope is just you can do something with it when it goes back to your turn and it's a Sukamon. But I don't know, it just seems kind of mid to me, and it's hard to fit into the deck. And when it's in your hand, if you're not rigging it, it's not all of that, to be honest, gang. So the Etamon goes crazy, the Sukamon will go crazy. I don't know about the other 2 right now. I'm not running them in my EX5 list, so
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
That's the poo update. Now the rest of the yellow, take it away,
From
yellow
the
man.
from the Etamaster himself. He did miss the Monzimon, which, despite other than being like kind of shit, As proof that Monzemon is just a Numemon in a suit.
Yeah, the other one as well, because literally the other card art is him with his back open and there's like yellow eyes poking at the back of it.
Yeah, but they could be any yellow eyes.
Oh, it's so true, man. They've finally confirmed it. This
Yeah,
card art goes
cool.
crazy as well, by the way. Also,
Monzemon going full fucking kaiju.
I know it's so amazing. The art style's amazing as well, and it goes really well with the theming. But fucking public service announcement: Monzemon Numemon is not to do with the fucking Etamon Sukamon Chumon deck. This is not the Pooh deck, right? Monzemon
right.
is not the Pooh deck. They've got no synergies. People keep coming to me and going, "Oh God, are you excited to run Monzemon in your Sukamon deck?" I'm like, they've got no synergy, brother. They're different decks, and I've heard this from like 3+ different people. So it's just a wee bit of information for you there, guy.
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw the Monzemon out there because I didn't want the poor boy to be abandoned with the rest of the yellow cards that are all gash.
I love him, and I've been labbing with Monzemon in BT15 format a wee bit, and it's kind of nice with it, to be honest. Because you can go Shin Monzemon into Ruin mode, and you can neg their board by like 9k, which is kind of yeah. Because Shin Monzemon negs their board by 3k.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
And a security check, so you can neg the board by 9k and a security check, and it keeps spitting out wee guys over and over again. So it's kind of mad.
I really want to find some weird engine for the Shin Monzemon, like play out rookies, because the deck doesn't have one yet.
Oh well, in my list, I'm running security. I'm running a black bottom end with Dorumon and Shikurymon, so you can recover them onto the stack and proc them.
That's actually kind of cool. Anyway, back on track. The rest of the yellow is basically just the Pata line, starting with Pata himself, who allows you to, at the start of your main, look through your stack and evolve into a vaccine level 4. Then shuffle the security attack, and if you digivolved, you can place a yellow vaccine from your hand at the bottom of your stack. So what he does is basically grabs you the next part of the line, which we'll get to, and puts in a level 5 because of the option card, which has the same effect.
Yeah.
That lets you go on top of the next piece of the line.
Thankfully, at least the option card needs TK in place and it doesn't get the recover effect, right? But it's still fucking insane.
The option card is nuts. Also, he has a lovely inheritable. Just when a card is added to stack, gain 1. So, because of the timing of you digivolve, then you put the card in hand.
Yeah.
You gain the memory off he's inherited, which is lovely. And the next part of the line is technically the secret rare, but it is Angemon, who.
Yes.
It's the first time we've had like a genuine Angemon card that's not just been side support for something.
It's been really sad so far. Like all the Angemon cards they've printed are just like vanilla with inheritable or side support for something else, as Bride says, for some reason.
The last one we got was like a Masty support card or something.
Aye, it was the one that plays Devimon when he dies that some people ran and most people thought was shite.
But what our lovely new one does, he evolves for 3, mind you, because you've evolved him for 3 out of stack with Angemon. Or with Patamon. But he is only 2 over a normal Patamon. By deleting this Digimon, when attacking, you can activate one of these effects. Place one of your opponent's Digimon with virus trait at the bottom of their stack, or give an opponent's Digimon negative 5,000 for the turn. And on delete, you can place them at the bottom of the stack. Then, if you have a Tamer in play, that's not letting me see the rest of the text.
You just hatch
you can hatch an egg.
Aye.
And it is inherited as on delete, place a vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your stack. So more security stacking, which we love. And also, just one of the most insane removals for any, like half of the meta that is going to be virus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lovely mega you've got. Put it in stack. Like, absolutely insane card.
Benraluga, I don't think has any protection for it either.
I mean, it's a hard card to protect against as well, because it is just like bang stack. Your only protection cards, or well, only generic one is.
Field.
Yeah.
Like
what's the black
has
card
it,
that defends against
Congo?
Oh, does D-Brigades just say when it leaves the field?
Aye, when it would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects. So in my opinion, the D Brigade one is literally the best protection in the game.
Doesn't protect against D-Digivolve, though.
No, it does not. No.
No, that's really strong. But we'll get to them. We've got 2 more cards in the line. Plus, we'll leave the tamers for last. Next, we have the Angemon Ace card with the same stats as every other Ace we've talked about. Hand counter Blast Digivolve. His is on play.
Angemon.
Yeah, Magna Angemon. What did I say?
Angemon.
Did I just say Angemon?
You said
He's the same.
Magnangemon, like Wossy.
Magna Angemon. I'm not sure
Magnangemon, people.
I'm not sure if people can tell, but I'm a little bit bunged up, so my voice keeps changing a wee bit.
Almost dying.
Yeah, just a tad. His effect is on play / when digivolving. If you have 5 or fewer insecurity, recover 1. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gains -1 DP for each card in your stack.
Yeah.
And then, which is like, it sounds okay in terms of the minus. The recovery is just insane. Just pay 4, recover 1, or 0 if you do it as the blast. But also, this is just a 4 cost into skill drain, 4 cost into Venusmon, which is just insane.
Nutty. It's also just probably half the time it's going to be like, yes, recover 1, pop a wee body, or in certain scenarios it can be like, recover 1, egg a big guy enough to swing over it or something like that. You know, it could be good.
Yeah, especially combined with like Rise Grey Ex Ante and stuff, it can go nuts. No, but last bit of the line is Seraphimon when digivolving recover 1. Then he has an all turns when a card is added to your security stack. One of your opponent's Digimon gains -7 DP, a -7,000 DP, and this Digimon gains +1 security attack for the turn, once per turn.
I would say
right,
this should be. It should be a guaranteed 2 of me in every yellow deck. I would say.
I don't know. Like he's a wee bit of like aggression that yellow sorely lacks in their mega lineup. But I don't know. Something about him just doesn't feel right.
Bro,
I like how Seraphi recovers too.
It's 3 checks with Rise Grey, bro.
3 checks with Rise Grey.
3 checks.
That's actually a fair point. But
don't unsuss me, thankfully.
I like irritate people megas. They're great fun.
Well, I get that. It's anti-fun, and we love being the anti-fun.
I am the anti-fun. Yeah, that's all like the notable yellow Digimon plus a brief description of like the option card.
Kentorusmon went crazy in pre-release, man. That's all I'll say.
Kentorusmon?
-3k something when Digivolve and he's inheritable. Might. Do you not pronounce it Kentorus though?
No, it's No, it's Centaurus.
Right, wait in, Adam. What are you calling it? Kentorus or Centaurusmon?
Kentorusmon is a different Digimon.
Fucking so true, actually. No, that's Kentorusmon.
No, it's definitely Kentorusmon because it's with a K.
No, but that's
it's
just
it's a C.
That's the level 4 with the C we're talking about, Adam.
Oh, that's Centaurimon.
Yeah.
Oh, so true. Is it not Kentorumon then?
No.
Okay, whatever, guys. I'll just shut up.
Yeah, please. It's so close.
I'll just go fucking do one then, guys. No worries.
Well, Callum goes and does one. Adam, would you like to talk about your favourite colour, green?
Hey, he was Mr. Bloomlord for 2 weeks in BT.
Yeah,
I was Mr. Bloomlord for 2 weeks. I really enjoyed Bloomlord. It just wasn't really my time, to be honest. It was fine. Right, so green has the Palmon line. So Palmon is an SR. Start of your main phase. One of your opponent's Digimon gets, when this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory. All turns effect until the end of their turn. It should probably say until the end of their next turn. And inherited, it reduces the Digivolution cost if you've got a green Tamer in play. Pretty good card. It's pretty much an Ice Wall type of effect on an SR, which is really good for Bloomlord, because Bloomlord, I don't know if you know this, shits out level 3s and 4s like they are shit, really.
Yeah, it's literally like the
just-
second best deck in a game that spits out wee
Yeah.
bodies now. It's crazy.
He shits them out like he's just drank a tub of laxative.
Hogemon, the level 4, is a 4-cost 3k, which allows it to be played with Bloomlord because it is a vegetation surrounded by Numemon, literal shit. Is when you would play a tamer card from your hand, you can tap a green Digimon to reduce the cost by 3. So you can basically get a 3-cost tamer for free or a Mimi for 4. Absolutely insane card, very good card, and again, inheritable. More cost reduction on Digivolution, super good.
Is this a
Um,
reference to Digimon World Next Order, Bryce?
I think it
Next
is.
order, what, the Pokemon? Yeah,
No,
I
I
think so.
think
Because of
it
that
definitely
desert
looks
area
like
with all
it.
the
'Cause
Numemon in the
he's,
bloody desert area.
yeah, it definitely is.
Let's
Pretty
go.
sure that Pokemon was training a different Digimon, but
No, he was,
Yeah, he's
but I
training a
remember
Galmon,
there's
but he's
a
in the Oasis as well.
he either in the Oasis area in that game, and also there's that
yeah,
bit in the middle that's filled with Numemon after you do the boss fight.
filled with Numemon and one Marine Angemon.
Yeah.
What a goatee
Um,
the Digimon in that game she was.
and then you've got the Ace card, Lilymon, same stats, 4 cost, 8k. On Digivolve, blast counter Digivolve, you get to tap something, and then if the thing is under 5k, you can bottom deck it. Pretty good. It's going to be a 4 of in Bloomlord decks for sure, because, I mean, they shit out level 4s all the time, so, like, why wouldn't you play the Ace? Just to start suspending a bunch of guys. Pretty good. It's got nice artwork. The alt art's super nice, and then the weird chibi artwork is with a sad Sunflowmon. Is also like, why is Sunflowmon so sad? I don't understand. But like, it is fine.
Because Sunflowmon doesn't evolve into Lilymon, it evolves into Lilamon, which are definitely different Digimon.
Yes.
Definitely different Digimon.
Alternative
Lilymon
platform.
has a longer skirt, I think. That's it. And does not have a
Lilamon has
bulb
a
on her head.
different flower on its head.
Oh yeah.
Ironman's got trousers though because she's wearing like a plant pantsuit.
Oh, a pantsuit. A plantsuit.
Pantsuit.
Pantsuit, yeah,
And then you've got Rosemon that does fuck all because it's not the point of the support.
In a mid that it's
it's
restricted to 5k or less to return.
yeah, it's fine. Honorable mentions. Leomon getting another Digimon card because obviously Leomon is the children's favorite. But does it fit well with the Leomon deck? Does it fuck?
Not right
it's
now.
green.
Not right
it's
now.
green and doesn't do anything.
This is like
It's
half
good.
of the wave that's going to be used in EX5 because there's more Leomon support coming in EX5 with the Indomitable stuff. So this probably gets slotted in there because it's got an epic freaking warp mechanic.
Yeah.
Does it not have a really bad translation on card.dev? Like, am I the only one who's reading this and I'm like, what the fuck does this mean?
If attacked a
well,
Digimon with higher DP than this Digimon, it should be if this Digimon attacked the Digimon with higher
Well,
It
DP.
also
the
says
official
if
scan.
attached.
That's the official scan. That's not the
Yeah. The text says if attached.
if attacked.
Not on
Okay.
.dev,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
On
It does on .dev if
I'll
you're
send
not
this
using
on my
proxy.
screen, but mine's just saying if attached. Like, the picture says if attacked, but the text underneath it says attached.
Hold on, I'm checking my binder, man.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the card. I'm talking about card.dev's translation window.
No, it's not a trans.
I
no.
see. Yeah.
If attacked a Digimon with higher DP
I
than
see.
this Digimon.
In the actual window at the bottom of the card that says if attached.
Yeah.
On the
so
card, it's fine.
Everything else in green is mid or bad. But
Rosemon?
again,
Rosemon, another Rosemon target.
I just talked about Rosemon and it's shit.
I fell asleep, bro. No, but that it could be alright in the Rosemon deck, and then we're getting Rosemon X antibodied in the lane as well.
Yeah, but like the other Rosemons are still better. It's fine. Saber Leomon is fine. I guess you could warp into it if you're playing budget deck, but
War.
Piximon, there's nothing.
Digimon
should have been
support?
an ace. No.
Piximon stuns a guy.
Piximon goes
Wow.
crazy in pre-release, bro. What do you mean? No,
Wow.
no, he's alright. It's kind of a wee gotcha card, right? Like, Honestly,
You
like
could-
some of these cards, I'm like in Digimon, these go fucking crazy if you can fit them in. You swing with Digimon, and you spit out all these wee assholes to suspend guys and stop guys for unsuspending. That'd be annoying.
Yeah, actually, like that could be kind of cool if you could find a way.
There's just not enough
Anyway,
slots.
moving back to Cobb.
Yes. Resident Black Digimon Enjoyer here has logged on. D Brigade Gang Rise Up. I haven't, but I played D Brigade since it came out in BT3 all the way up to BT or EX3. So that was the only deck I played. I fucking love D Brigade. And now I'm sweating my balls off. I don't just play D Brigade, but for this set I will just be playing D Brigade. This is absolutely insane support. D Brigade, in my opinion, is guaranteed to be one of the top 5 decks of the format, unless every man and his dog starts running Crimson Blaze, in which case I will be sobbing. But it's actually ridiculous that the cards are printed. So we've got a new Commandramon, and he is a searcher, and he is a top 5 searcher on play. He adds a D Brigade or D Police card, and so he just adds one card. So he's not the greatest searcher yet. That reward goes to Huckmon, but he does also have a really bonkers inheritable. We were talking about this earlier on, but it's all turns. When he would leave the battle area, other by one of your own effects, you can delete one of your other Digimon with D Brigade and it's straight to prevent it leaving play. Now that is not hard at all to achieve that, because this deck now revolves around making a big stack, spitting out bunguses on the way as soon as you can, and then from there you just defend and hold the line with a million dinosaurs that spit out a million wee dinosaurs, unless you're under a floodgate. Then it just goes fucking crazy. So we've also got a second new Commandramon. He's a level 4 though. He's a 4k DP 2 Evo guy. His name is actually High Commandramon, but he's just Commandramon in Riot Gear. And he has, when attacking, reveal top 3 cards of the deck, and you can play a card with D Brigade or D Police in its traits with 3 or less without paying the cost. And then let's go bottom of the deck. So you can play, there's a new tamer you can play off of this as well, but he hits every other target in the deck other than himself, and he has the same inheritable as the Commandramon to give you protection. So it's quite easy to get the protection in this, in the level 6 inheritables here, and that's what you should be revolving around, trying to get one stack that's got protection somewhere. So other than that, we've got a brand new level 5 that was revealed specifically for the card game. It's probably going to be in Digimon Seekers, because these are all cards relating to Digimon Seekers. We've got Cargo Dramon on play, and when Digivolving, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, and you can play a card with D Brigade or Digipolice in a play cost of 4 or less this time, but being the cost, and you trash the rest. So this guy can play the High Commandramon, can play everything else in the deck as well, pretty much, apart from the level 6s and itself. And his inheritable is absolutely freaking bonkers. So it's just all turns once per turn. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, reveal top 3, and you can play a Commandramon without paying the cost, and then you trash the rest. So that inheritable is how you end up making really wide boards that are almost impossible to defuse for your opponents. You have a guy who plays a guy when he dies. You can also have the original on deletion guy who plays a guy when he dies. So when he dies, he turns into 2 guys. Absolutely crazy. Then we've got Brigade Ramon. It's a 12k DP level 6 full cost to Evo over. When Digivolving, he pops 7 play cost total worth of opponent's Digimon, so you can spread this. 7 play cost pretty good as well. Hits a lot of the level 5s in the meta, or indeed a 4 and a 3. His main effect though is that on your opponent's turn, all your D Brigade guys gain blocker. So this is how you make this big giant wide board of, you know, crowd control. And at the end of your turn, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can play up to 7 total play costs worth of cards with D Brigade or D Police and their traits, and you trash the rest. So you can even play another Cargo Dramon with this, who then plays another guy, or you can play like the form with 3. You know, it's nuts. And then you've just got 500 wee guys on the board. They replace themselves with more wee guys, and those wee guys stop Brigade Dramon from dying, because if he would leave the field by any effect, you can just pop one of the wee guys instead. And you can decoy as well to stop your board getting wiped and stuff. It's really crazy. The last 2 cards we'll talk about are D-Place based, as far as D Brigade's concerned anyway. We've got a new Numamon card. He's making his way into the brigade that is D. Is a 3 cost to play or 2 to Evo. On play and when digivolving, by placing one Satsuki Tamahime from your hand as this guy's bottom Digivolution card, one of your Digimon gains rush for the turn. He also has blocker and heritable, so this is your main way of cheating out the tamer. You don't have to play it with the tamer, but I am currently playing it with the tamer. It's maybe a little more high rolly, less consistent, but when you get it, it's absolutely insane. The tamer is a new Mind Link tamer, so we've got a new mechanic here. Basically, during your turn, you can Mind Link to a Digimon. The tamer then goes as the bottom Digivolution card to your Digimon. And then at the end of the turn, you can unmind link again to put it back onto the board. So it has an interesting mechanic where basically you can hide it under your Digimon if you think that Digimon's going to live on the board. You can use that to dodge deletion and stuff like that. Or if you think your Digimon has a high chance of getting deleted, you can unmind link it and put it back onto the board again. So that's interesting. Now, Satsuki's effect is at the start of your main phase. If your opponent has any Digimon in play, you gain a memory. So that's really impactful. And its inheritable ability is while this Digimon has Numamon, Monzamon, or D-Place in its traits, it gains jamming and reboot. So this only works with the new stuff, basically, because all the old D-Brigade guys are not Digiplace, but that doesn't come up very much. You're basically just using Satsuki here once she's in play to gain the 1 memory every turn, and also to give cards like your High Commandramon blocker reboot so that they can spit out a guy and then not die on the opponent's turn. So that's it for the D place, basically. The last thing we've got is an option card. DCD Bomb, 4 cost to play, D-Digivolve 1, and then you can return 3 cards with D-Brigade or D-Place from trash to the top of your deck. Delete up to 6 total play cost of your opponent's Digimon. So this is basically here to delete little bodies. It can also pop a 5 on most occasions by D-Digivolving it and then popping it. Quite a nice wee card. It's not the greatest thing, it's not that flashy, but basically this is just for me at least there to pop floodgates and is a little bit of disruption when they swing into the stack and things like that. Would like to point out you cannot cheat this out with the Cargo Dramon or the Brigade Dramon. A lot of people thought that this card was playable off of these, and that is different because Adam will tell you, but option cards do not have a play cost. They have like a how does it worded, Adam? Like a activation cost. It just says cost in the corner, but it's different from a play cost, and because the D Brigade cards specify play cost of 4 or less or 7 or less, you can't play them with them, sadly.
Which card is it? Sorry.
So I'm just saying how the D Brigade cards, like Cargo Dramon for example, reveals 3, plays a D-Place card with 4 play cost or less. But you can't use the option card because the option cards don't have play costs.
Yeah, that's correct.
And it is kind of awkward because you read the word cost in the corner and you think that's a play cost because this is how much it costs to play, but it's not the case, probably for these interactions only. The last thing I'll say about D-Brigade is the Missamon Egg is actually deceptively very powerful and not for the reasons you might think. It has, when attacking, you can return 3 D-Brigade or Digiplace cards for the trash to the top of your deck to gain 2k for the turn. Now, the 2k isn't actually that impactful most of the time, but the reason this is good is 1, it stops you from decking out, and 2, it lets you rig your draws, and it lets you rig what you play off of the Cargo Dramon, High Command Dramon, and Arrestor Dramon, Brigade Dramon even, cards, because that's really powerful. It also lets you play a bit like a purple deck, because this deck fills the trash so heavily. Your trash basically becomes your hand, because think about it, if you see something you want to draw, you can attack, put stuff to the top of your deck, then evolve into something and draw the card that you just put back there. So, really interesting, adds a lot of dynamic to the D-Brigade deck, and it's going to go fucking pog crazy this set, I'm telling you right now, for free.
Yeah, I like the new Commandramon stuff. I might actually, I'm never gonna build it because honestly, I don't really like building decks that other my friends tend to play.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So as long as you're playing it, I'm not gonna play it. Although I might borrow it from you. To be fair, I do like it. But I also despise it because it just. We were testing me and you, Cobb, and you shot out 7 bodies that all had blocker and decoy, and I was like, what the fuck's going on, man? It's quite toxic if you get the right combo off.
I agree, it's very toxic, and I'll be honest with you, I don't feel nice about it. It's a fun deck to play, don't get me wrong, but I feel like, so Bloomlord used to piss me off because it used to just it's like okay, I see the combo, I spit out 2 bodies for free that give me extra advantage. Ha ha ha. This deck is like the same now. And I mean, D Brigade's old playstyle used to just be Rookie Rush with like security bombs in it, which is definitely not as fun. But this, I don't know, man. It's just a bit toxic, like Adam says, and I don't like the fact that it just cheats out loads of guys for free. Yes, it is fun and yes, it is powerful, but I don't really like how toxic it is, for lack of a better word. Yeah,
It's fine though. Like it's just power creep at this point.
the creep is power now. We're at the point where the cards, and this is a worrying thing for me, to be honest. See, if I was designing a card game, I would basically be like, right, every card has a push and a pull in its power rating. Try and make as many cards playable as possible. Give certain archetypes certain booster cards. But it feels like now the game has just become, right, release new tribal archetype with very bonkers, imbalanced effects. Oh my god, this archetype is crazy. It gets 6 memory for free by cheating out guys. You know, it's like, okay.
At least
but yeah.
ethics getting value are in that format.
No, it's not, brother. I'm fucking decoying that shit.
Yeah, but still takes out some things, and he's
You do
just
be
there
decoying.
now. Like you decoy it, but he's just there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I could out a Defex, actually. Maybe I need to put Zub Punch in instead of Ultimate Flare.
No, please don't. You've traumatized me with Zubagon Punch, man.
It's probably
Final
not
Zubagon
Zub Punch. Sorry, fucking
meant-
Iron Fist Onslaught.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. No, I don't think you want that.
I don't think it's a better
Is
card,
it?
but at least it outs Defex. I just
Just
play
run
through it.
Chikuri on.
I just play
Force
through
them
it.
to out Chikuri.
Just run one Suka's curse.
That's so true.
Oh, wait,
brother.
no.
Rig it to the stack, and then it swings
Aye.
in, and it's a poo, and then it goes back to my turn, and then I swing into the stack and hopefully die and pop it with my inheritable. So
Aye. See the... Hang on a second. See the black Vegemon?
yeah,
Can that be played out with Agitarmon? Oh, it can.
but it's black, so
It doesn't matter.
aye. But
Wim
you're not
doesn't
going to play it
specify
because it's
colour.
black.
No, I know, but like, imagine you put a wee cheeky one off black. What's it called? Black Vegemon.
Just Vegemon,
Red Vegemon.
Yeah,
Vegemon.
It's a really good card for that. To be honest, it's just awkward. Like again, if this was obviously if the color was different, you'd maybe think about it. But like if it had an inheritable as well, you'd be like, yippee, this is actually good. But as it stands, it's just an interesting card. And like, you know, shout out as well for putting in a Vademon line. Finally, this is Vademon's first appearance. He is pogging on the card artwork as well, I'd like to point out. And yeah, I mentioned it earlier on. It's a cool effect. People are saying like this. People are actually saying that this Vademon and this Ebimon are going to be like constructed playable. And I'm like, I don't know, man, because I know a lot of the time you're probably going to go, right, reveal top 3, and it's going to be like Digimon, Tamer, option card, okay, Digivolve 1, and you're like, well, rip, I've just put a fucking vanilla into my deck that says Digivolve 1. And then the Ebimon as well is like, I mean, I'm actually talking about Ebimon out here. This is turning into a full set review episode. But Ebimon is like reveal top 3 cards of the deck, and then you can choose. Oh, it's your opponent's deck, by the way. And then you can choose something or a Digimon card, and you can delete up to a total of the play cost for the thing revealed. So it's Ebimon's stupidly high roll. Vedemon's a bit more consistent, but they're interesting cards at least, and that's what we like. Because you can also choose to put them to the top or the bottom. So if they reveal something they need, and you can go feck you and put them at the bottom. And then the Vegemon effect as well, you can return something for the trash to the top of the deck, so you can go feck you, your next draw is shite. Which is really cool.
There's one or two other things in black as well I want to talk about. One,
yeah, the new meme.
Aiga's army has somehow fucking wormed its way into this set.
I know. I was thinking about this. I was watching the pod I watch for Digimon, other than my own, because I love sniffing my own farts. Is I listen to Digipod, which is another brilliant podcast, and they did like a poll on what's the deck that everyone's looking forward to the most. He put fucking Bagra Army on the poll, and I'm like, brother, what support does Bagra Army get? And
Got 2 fucking vanillas, basically.
And they're both arse as well, is the thing.
Oh no, yeah, because they're because well, for Tumon at least, they cost 1 to evolve, which is just dumb. But other than the fact that Bagger's Army continues to pollute our card pool, we have the Numemon support, like the actual Numemon support, rather than the Digipolice one, although he's technically support for this. We have Black King Numemon reveal, or on his effect, on delete, reveal the top 3, add 1 card with Monzamon in its name, and play 1 card with Numemon in its name, returning the rest to the bottom of the deck.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of nice because it can float straight into the Mega if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Who is on play when Digivolving by trashing 1 card with Numemon in your hand, gain 2 memory, and then on delete he plays a level 5 or lower Numi or Monzamon from your hand without playing its cost. So it's like there is potential for a really shit loop. It will never be pulled off.
No, Bryce, it's not as inconsistent as you think it is, right?
Really?
So in this set it isn't, right? But in BT15, have you read Numemon X Antibody? I think I told you to read this, right?
Oh no, yeah, you sent me this, and it's like you have a way of
Mate,
rigging shit.
He's inheritable is just on deletion, play a card with Numemon that's named for your trash.
Yeah, so you just go, let's mill ourselves a Platinum Numemon and play ourselves a Platinum Numemon.
Yep. And you can also get that effect if you evolve it over a Numemon. So you can just, if you've, that card is absolutely broken to the point where you're like, maybe this deck is good, because that card alone is like actually crazy.
Yeah.
It's just awkward. Like the level 5 slots are awkward because you get Monzamon X, which is a really good card, over a Monzamon. There's 2 Monzamons that are both good as well, and then you've got Black King, which is half decent but a bit inconsistent, and Wonu Monzamon, who is like kind of mid as well. So you've got options in the level 5 slot. I think in mine I'm just going to try and run like Monzamons at the level 5 slot, partially
Here's
for
why
thematic reasons.
It says level 5 or lower.
Yeah.
So what you do is you float back into Black or to Numemon X, and then just put any level 5 over it.
Yeah, and then it gets you back to the Black King.
Yeah, or Platinum.
Platinum is like a really good card, man. Even it's just the fact that it gains you 2 memory as well. I actually think the deck does have a lot of potential. So it does have a lot of decent cards that make the deck look like you can run it. It's just going to be hard to work out in what way you can do it.
Yeah. I wait the day when Numemon X comes out and you top an event with the Numemonze deck. But
it'll be so hard for me though, because by that time Etamon's going to be out, and I feel like when Etamon comes out in EX5, I should probably just run an Etamon deck till I can't run it anymore. To be honest,
maybe I'll take up the mantle of Numi.
You should
run that monkey into the ground.
I will run that monkey till I die trying.
Can't wait to have the locals final of shit versus sludge.
I actually think that sludge wins, to be honest, because Shin Monzi goes fucking crazy in that matchup.
Oh yeah, Shin
Monzi white board. No. Shin Monzi swing. Put your damn metalette into security, asshole. No.
If you've got the normalette, I don't want to put him in security.
No, you do not. That's true. We go metalette. We go normalette beatdown.
True. Right. Anyway, moving on. We're in the last colour.
It's
Adam,
dog time.
Take it away.
Dog. So we've got the new most hyped deck of BT14. I don't think so, but I am looking forward to playing it.
It is.
No,
man.
I mean, I know it is. I don't think it's going to do as well as people think it is, but I think it's still pretty good. So we've got Fenrir, of course, based off of Norse mythology and Ragnarok. So Fenrir, the boss monsters. This doesn't have an ace card, but it does have a mostly substantial full deck. So this is your big boss monster. Its main effect, the reason why it's so hyped is it fucks with the main memory system of the game. All of it is your turn effect is the turn end condition is your opponent having 3 or more memory, not 1 or more memory. So essentially you get an extra 2 memory for free per turn. This is good because it lets you do way more things, because if you've got a memory setter, you'll start at 3 and you've got 5 memory to play with as opposed to the usual 3. This is bad because if you are on if you are on 2 memory on their side and have to pass turn, you might end up giving your opponent 5 memory or something. So kind of bad, but also the bad outweighs the good. This is a summon control sort of deck. You bring out a lot of little bodies, start swinging with them, start cycling, start deleting. So it's when Digivolving effect is you can play a level 4 or lower Dark Animal, or SOC, which stands for Sons of Chaos, trait from your trash. But if EJ Nagasumi is in the Digimon stack, then you can add 2 to the number of cards this effect can play. So you can summon 3 guys out when Digivolving. And then when fuck off, Cobb. When you attack, you can delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon to unsuspend. But for each of your Digimon in play, add 1 to the level of that could choose, so that 3 can become a 6. Blah blah blah. It's pretty good. You get what comes with Big Dog is Smaller Dog, Lugamon's an SR. Start of your main phase, place 1 EJ Nagasumi from your hand or trash as the bottom Digivolution card, gain 1 memory. So not only does this let you cheat out a tamer for free, it gains you a memory whilst you do it. EJ Nagasumi is the new tamer. He's the Sons of Chaos guy. Security effect. Shut up. Security effect plays him. Start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. And this also has the new keyword of Mind Link. So it's not just the police that are getting it, it is the Sons of Chaos. But this Mind Link effect gives your Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos trait Digimon Alliance and Blocker. And end of all turns, you can shit out the EJ back as a tamer again. So like it's pretty fucking good. You basically get to cheat out a tamer for free and gain a memory, and then end of the turn you get to play him out, so he'll start setting memory for you. Not exactly, but you're gonna have multiple out more than likely. Fangmon and Lugarmon are their level 4s. And it's basically like, you know how the old Dark Animal sort of Dex Dorugoramon line where it was like you have to trash it to Digivolve? Well, it's that sort of thing again, only it's more refined. And you get 2 new level 5s, which are Hell Lugarmon and Sol Lugarmon, based off of Hell and Sol in Norse mythology. And they get you to trash things, play things. Look up the cards; they're pretty good. More unsuspending shenanigans as well. It's basically like if which one is the level 5? Wergarurumon was a cyborg with flamethrowers instead. He's pretty cool. I like the look of the deck. I think it is missing bits. EX5 gives it some more level 4s and 3s, but it is still missing a few more things, which I think we will get at some point. The cool thing about the Fenrir Lugamon deck is that it's new, it's from the Digimon Seeker stuff, along with the D-Police stuff, and we might eventually get to see its level 7, which is still, we don't know what it is. All we know is that it is a Joggerous DNA Digivolve with Kazuchimon, the Pulsemon guy.
There's been a sprite of it leaked, and it is literally just dog on all 4s with sword and mouth.
Yeah, like Sif from Dark Souls.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
How many dogs with sword and mouth are there in fiction now? I can name 3.
You've got Sif, you've got Zacian from Pokemon, and you've got fucking the thing in Berserk. There's one in Berserk.
I'd like to refute Zacian. If you look closely, it's a fish.
Refruit.
It's a fish?
Yeah, if you look at Zacian holding the sword in his mouth, it looks like he's just holding a big fish.
Ah, I see it.
You'll never unsee it. Yeah. Anyway, we're still here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give an honourable mention to Gulmon, who is an uncommon because he's a demon lord. His actual name is Deathmon. I don't know why they changed him to Gulmon, but his actual Digimon name is Deathmon, and he evolves into Death Xmon.
What?
So I don't know how they made Death Xmon so good and Gulmon so shit, but they did. Well done.
This fucking Dorugoramon no go into him or something?
Aye. He's just one of the demon lords, but he's not one of the 7 demon lords. He's one of the lesser demon lords.
Yep. He's also
and
ugly as fuck.
he's also ugly as fuck. Imagine
Can design.
Imagine a worm that has one eye and also hands that have eyes on them, and that's it. It's
Oh,
pretty
there's
shit.
eyes on the hands. That's even worse.
He's stinky. He doesn't look like a level 6 at all. Like, when you look at him in his original concept art, he just looks like a 4 or a 5, really.
He looks like a Numemon level 7.
Yeah, he does.
He does. No, do you know what? At the end, you play Monster Hunter. It looks like Keizu.
I did
I
not play
do not
that.
know that one.
Monster Hunter's good.
Keizu Mons. I was about
I
to type
played
in
Monster
Keizu
Hunter World, but not
It's
much.
Khezu Monster Hunter.
K-E.
When you find it called, be a helpful person.
Surely no. I'm not having this, Adam. This guy looks like Paldane Diglett or Wiglet, I think he's called, right?
Wiglet? What?
He looks like Wiglet, brother.
What the fuck is that?
That's Keizu. He's a giant penis worm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
This is the Monster Hunter podcast now. What's up, Tamers?
What's up, Monster Hunters?
Tamer
What's
still
up,
works.
Monster Hunter? Tamers does work.
Can I also shout out Digimon, the man? He is pretty cool. Big epic shout outs to a man who has much more views and subs than us. Freaking Joe Dobby has crafted a Digimon deck. He says it is potential to win locals and steal games at regionals. It looks very cool.
Dan Devi is it?
Yeah, it's Dan Devi top end.
We
with
love Dan Devi.
the promo Demi Devimon and some of the Beelzemon cards trash your own shit in. It's pretty cool. He says it's not that strong, but there's like potential for it to do like really powerful things, so it's
because
fun.
that old promo says 7 different Devimons, which at the
Aye.
time I think there were only like 8.
It's just things with Devimon in name as well, so he's playing like Lady Devi from EX1 and stuff like that as well, so
yeah.
I don't actually think it would be that hard to hit the targets. He also has the blocker Devimon that evolves for 1, which literally he says does fit the theme of the deck, and also he's like, I need the blocker, to be honest, so it's cool. That Demi Devi's a freaking crazy card, like just inheritable play Dan Devi on deletion.
Oh yeah.
That's
nuts. Why he's so hard. It's why it was so hard to pull off back in the day, because otherwise it would have been fucking insane.
Yeah, and he runs like Neo Devi as well, which is like the fact that it's thematic is good, but even on its own, Neo Devi sometimes sees play as like a tech choice in heavy tamer formats, so it's cool.
Yeah. Should we fly through the tamers? Speaking of them.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna fly through them. We have Tai. He start of your main phase, one of your Digimon with vaccine gains 2k, and your turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's stack, gain a memory. Decent card.
Yeah,
we have Joe.
Not bad.
On play, trash one Digivolution of one of your opponent's Digimon. Any one Digivolution, mind you, which is actually very strong.
Hold on, what's his name?
Joe Kiro.
What's his first name only?
Joe
Mama, yo. It's a pretty crazy card.
So next week's episode will just feature me and Bryce.
Joe?
Yep. And Joe.
I am Joe.
Yeah, also when your turn, when a Digivolution card is an opponent's Digimon is trashed, spend a skin of memory, you're not going to notice a trend with these tamers.
Yes, lovely 2-cost tamers.
Yep. TK, he is by returning the top card of your security attack to your hand. Don't know why it says returning, because it's not as if it started in your hand. You may place one yellow card with vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your stack. Your card is added to your stack. Gain a memory by suspending this tamer, so he is a 2-cost tamer effectively.
He's always a 2-cost tamer as well. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, like every time. Well, I mean, there is the chance you don't have the vaccine and you choose not to take the life.
You're dead then.
Yeah, you're in a horrific state if that's happening.
You're dead.
And then we have Mimi, the last of these types of ones. On play, reveal the top 3 of your deck. Add one Digimon with vegetation, plant, or fairy, and one of its traits among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. When an effect suspends a Digimon, suspend this tamer, gain a memory. Your turn. All of them, just 2-cost tamers effectively, do nice things for their decks. I think Tai might be the weakest one, but he's still like good.
Yeah, it's also an issue because there's a lot of design space in the Tai cards already. Like, is this more powerful than the black one? it depends on the deck. Is this more powerful than the 4-cost ones you can cheat out? No. So yeah, the Greymon cards now I feel like I've hit the point where they're at max capacity almost. Like even a lot of the decks aren't running that new Greymon card because like when you go up the stack the first time, it's literally just like 2k inheritable for 2. It's not that
Yeah.
great.
Did Adam explain EG because I slightly zoned out?
Yes.
Okay.
You can talk about Jedi, the other goated with the
Oh,
soft
yeah.
MFer.
The final adventure tamer.
Oh, young
Excuse me.
Digimon. When are they printing Dark
Young-
Jedi Tamer?
Dark Jedi.
Dark
Set
Jedi.
17. Set 17. But Jedi, the lovely old man, on play, you may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 level 3 Digimon card and 1 non-white Tamer card among them. Return the rest to the bottom. Opponent's turn this time. When an opponent's level 5 or higher Digimon attacks by suspending this Tamer, move one of your Digimon from the breeding area to the battle area. So he searches your adventure boys and they're level 3, and then he just kind of sits there and brings up things to die. Yeah.
I think he's made to be like, oh, I'm Blast Evoing. Jedi is forcing my Blast Evo. But he's a bit sussy.
That also sounds like there's a. Would that miss timing? I guess not.
No, you could absolutely trigger Jedi to bring out your level 4 and then Blast Evolve.
I mean, I guess that's kind of neat, but as we've said, none of the Blast Evolves are impactful enough to make you want or like go, oh, that will win me the. Oh, what the fuck are you sending?
Does anybody here know about Dark Jedi?
Yeah,
No.
I did watch the film.
You don't want to know about Dark Jedi?
I don't.
See, if you haven't seen Digimon Adventure Try, don't watch it.
No, it's quite arse.
I know, honestly, there's bits of it I liked, but then some of it was like, what the fuck's going on? Do you remember when half of the plot points just stopped showing up in it?
Do you remember when they just kept talking about, what was it, like paralegic convergence or something repeatedly, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? You've not explained it.
And then Ordinamon shows up.
Aye.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a rundown of our BT14 set review. Hope you enjoyed it. 3 cheers for us finally getting the fucking training boost.
Can we talk about the other option cards?
No.
Okay,
none of them are that good apart from Emissary of Hope.
I was gonna say, talk
Poison
about Marking
Ivy's quite good.
Poison Ivy's alright.
Only card.
Ivy!
Poison Ivy! Did anyone play Rumble Arena 2?
Yeah.
No.
That shit went crazy because they used to say their move every time they attacked, but if you like spammed it, she'd be like, Poison Ivy! Poison Ivy! And then I used to also love Marching Fishes! Marching Fishes! That went crazy, man. That went crazy. Right.
Adam,
That's fair. The last thing I'll talk about is Darkwing's Delusion, baby. 1 cost purple option, trash top 3 in your deck, then one of your Digimon with Davimon in its name, game security attack +1. So this is literally power creep on what was it, Darkness Wave?
Darkness Wave, yeah.
Darkness Wave, oh god, aye. And people used to be like, oh, Darkness Wave is so good in Beelzemon. And I'm like, nah, shite, mate.
Was it not more so BL Starmon that it was good in?
Well, maybe back in fucking 19 Canteen, but it wasn't even when I played the game that much.
Oh yeah, I forget you're somehow both a Digimon card game boomer and zoomer. It's impressive.
It's because I played every set of the game, right? But not at a locals level.
Oh, with yourself?
Aye, with my boys on Untap. We used to play it back in COVID.
We love the Untap. Untap is a good website.
That's how I started playing Digimon was on COVID.
Aye, everybody did, man. That shit dropped in COVID.
Great
I
time.
got set 1 in COVID, dropped the game till set 4 when COVID lifted the first time.
Yeah, even though set 4 was set 3.
Mate, that was my dopamine hit back in COVID. I was actually out here going down to the damn shop. Well, at one point when it was semi-COVID, semi-no COVID, I was going to the game store and picking up boxes. And then during COVID, I was getting them delivered and going, hell yeah, I'm making bank off these boxes. This is crazy.
I was picking up Shine Greymons for 20 quid each.
I was dropping Omnimons on eBay for 50 quid and selling them within 24 hours.
Yeah.
It was an SR, people. 'Cause it was the
It
only
was.
card in the set at the time.
No, it
Back
wasn't. It
when I
was a
thought
secret.
Digimon would be priced like Dragon Ball
Oh
was.
no, it wasn't a secret. Metal Greymon and that fucking Veedramon was the secret, wasn't it?
Aye.
I pulled two of
Two
him.
of
I
the
was ready to
most-
cry, man.
Literally two of the most
Oh,
ass cards in this. Well, not two of the most ass cards, right? Like back
aye.
then they were cool, but ass
That was my
cards
first.
considering that they're the secret slot.
Aye, that was
Veedramon
my
is the worst
first.
secret ever printed. I will not hear
No,
this.
Darkness Bagra.
That was my
Nah,
first
mate.
pull. Was the alt art Metal Grey secret.
Oh
That was
wow,
Pog.
that is Pog, man. Even though I like the normal art better, I think, but the secret was crazy. But how can it
Aye.
be?
Actually, Cobb, the first Digimon card I ever pulled was Machine Dramon out of those wee dash packs.
Oh, nice one. I used to love that. I used to cope and think that was a. I used to think, oh, that's gonna be a staple card, man. Like,
Oh well, I specifically remember opening it. People that are listening won't know what this means, but I was sat in the St. Enoch Centre. I had just
Yeah.
went into Geek Retreat or Tokyo Toys, and I'd got a couple of packs and stuff like that. And I was waiting on my ma to come out of Boots, because I was having lunch with her or something. And I remembered opening the pack and going, "Oh, Machine Dramon, that's Pog. I don't know what this card does, but I bet it's good." And then I looked it up on eBay, and it was £1.50. And I was like, God damn it. And then I was just like instantly hooked on the game again.
you're like, no, I could have pulled Puppet more, and he was £20. Fuck.
Yeah.
Adam, there is no way you said Pog back then.
I did.
No,
Adam's
I
always
didn't.
been doing with the
No
kids.
chance.
Yeah, no, man. I probably just had some sort of fucking like self-contained fit about going, oh yes, Digimon cards.
Do you think Vaidmon was always pogging, or do you think he started doing it recently as well?
Vaidmon?
Yeah, he's pogging in the card art.
He's never been in the card game before.
Ah, he's in it now, but I
Oh.
mean, like, Janky's, like, as a young boy, was he pogging, or do you think he's only
I
recently
think
started?
he invented Pog. I think he went on to a Twitch chat and invented Pog.
I think he was the first man. He was the first
No, he's
intelligent life form to pog.
No, he's quite clearly playing Kill All Humans.
Aye, and he's pogging as he does so.
Yeah.
Not. Right,
He's
this
like
is
Poggers.
devolving.
Humans are dead.
Right, guess that card list. No, I'm joking.
No,
It's a
it's
late one.
I'm bedtime time.
2.5
Yeah.
hours, boys. It's probably close
It's
to
a
3.
shame. I picked out a great fucking card for guess this card.
Should we do one? Should we do one?
Yeah, why not?
One each,
Yeah.
let's go, one each. Right,
I
Bryce,
need
you're
to give my
asking
card
anybody.
to Adam though. I need to do mine to
Right,
Adam.
that's fine.
It's one of these ones that Cobb will for some reason just get completely.
Bear in mind that I'm recovering from COVID and my memory is fucked right now.
It's fine. You weren't doing great beforehand, mate.
Joel?
Joel?
Joel,
Yes.
who's
Oh,
going
fuck.
first?
Bryce, you ask since you know, and we
Yep.
want to speed it.
I am trying to find the set. I know what set it's in. It's just card.dev has fucked around for a second and trying to find the set is annoying. Right,
Is
got
it Venusmon?
No.
That's your first guess, mate. That's your
No,
first guess.
I was joking, lads.
He was
joking.
pogging. He was pogging. Right,
He
okay.
was pogging.
Are you ready, Adam?
No.
I'm going with the most relevant effect.
Okay.
End of attack. Once per turn. You may Digivolve one of your other Digimon into a Digimon with undead or dark animals and its
I know it.
traits from your trash without paying its memory cost.
I know it.
Yeah, see, I knew you'd know, Cobb.
End
Does
of your
anyone
turn.
remember? End of attack.
End of attack. Wait.
I know a guy who used to play this deck at locals as
Yeah.
well, by the way.
I know a guy because it was the other half of my shared collection.
Oh, it was us.
It was us.
It
I
was
think it.
us.
Are you thinking of a different guy, or are you also thinking of the same guy?
Different guy. It was a guy I
Oh,
met
wow.
in Motherwell.
2 people playing this. That's
Mate, he took
fucking
it to
unreal.
locals, Buller.
Yeah, Asta took this to locals once and then went never again.
Astor's crazy. That shit was ass.
It was funny at least. To be fair, I think it was a locals where most people had just decided, fuck it, we're gonna have something funny.
What was the effect again?
End of attack, once per turn. You may Digivolve one of your other Digimon into a Digimon card with undead or dark animal in its traits from your trash without paying its cost.
Right, okay. What's the right? So it's Dracmon, Sangloopmon, Uh,
I'm pretty sure I pinned either the scores or the lifelines. I only pinned the scores. That is a shame.
right, so it's Dracmon
That's
because that's a
fine. We
level
know the
3.
lifelines roughly.
Sanglutmon's the level 4 because I'm playing those in Fenrir. I can't mind the level 5. What was the original level 6? It wasn't a hybrid thing. It's definitely the level 6 fucking dark animal that Dracmon goes up into. Can't. What's his name again?
All
I'm
right, we
pretty sure
forgot. We forgot to define a difficulty for
It's
this. I would
fine.
have
It's
went
fine.
medium. We'll say medium.
I think it's just. I'm pretty sure it is just something Dracmon, like big. No, it's not gonna be big Dracmon.
Big Dracmon. Big
Um,
Dracmon. That's Mammy
De-
Wonder.
Death Dracmon, something like that. I don't know.
Right. So, do we do like the describing rule where you lose a point if you can describe what the card is?
Yeah. If you can, yeah, I would say so. If
Like
you're
I
happy
know
with
the
it.
Fenrir line, so I know it's definitely the level 6 that goes up from Dracmon.
Aye.
He's going to be kicking him.
I'm not gonna lie, Big Dracmon's pretty close as well.
Big
Yeah, it's
Dracmon.
really close.
Oh, it's big large Dracmon. Grand Dracmon, is that it?
Hey! Yeah,
We
Grand Dracmon.
What about Grandpa Dracmon?
Like, you were talking about Fenrir Logan, I was like, oh, well, I had something else really hard picked out, but this is much funnier to see if you're actually, like, deck building and looking at all the dark animals.
I just
You
remembered
proved yourself.
something, by the way, that I wanted to mention.
What?
I just wanted to mention that there's a new D Brigade option card coming out.
Oh, DCD bomb.
No, there's a newer one that's coming out in Japan.
Oh, is it?
Ah, you saw it in the chat today, Adam.
Oh
Of
no!
course, I'm
Don't you
talking about
start.
Metropolitan Police Department, Community Safety Bureau, Cyber Crime Division, Investigation Unit 11, Digimon Crime Response Team.
Yeah,
And that's
honestly,
all we
man,
need to know about the card.
It's
they
crazy,
have
mate.
done it on purpose.
They
It's
have.
fucking
It's
awful.
brilliant.
Are we calling that? We calling that medium, by the way, just for when I'm putting the scores in.
Aye.
Okay,
Our
Right.
so
option card's hard, by the way.
Aye.
Right, okay, that's fine.
yeah, so
Right.
it's easy is tamer, medium is tamer and Digimon, and hard is all three.
Right, I'll let Adam pick when he comes to me then. Right, Adam, what are you picking for me?
What difficulty do you want?
Hard.
Hard. All right. It doesn't have to be an option. It can
No,
be
no,
any of them.
it can be anything, but you should try and make it difficult if you can.
Yeah.
Right. I've got one here.
Mhm.
So this is a your turn once per turn effect.
Mhm.
When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, trash the top card of their security stack.
Mm,
I zoned out. Let's go.
when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, trash the top card of the security stack.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's Greymon adjacent. I'm trying to think of fucking. I thought it was in the black wall line, and I'm like, definitely not black. It feels like it should be black wall, but I'm pretty sure it isn't.
Huh.
What other Greymons are there, man? Black Greymon, War Greymon. It's definitely not Shine Greymon because it doesn't say play 6 memory with a tamers onto the board. There's the fucking. It's not Blitz Greymon either, that's D-Digivolving. Who's the other fucking one? The one with the big fucking sword.
Victory.
Aye, Victory Greymon. Oh shit, is it the one for fucking EX4? Because that's got that option card that does that as well, doesn't it? Is it Victory Greymon?
It is not Victory Greymon.
Ah! Because his option card is like delete a Digimon, and then if it deletes something, trash something off the top, right? So what is the effect again? Is just when you delete something, trash a security card?
Yeah, your turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, trash the top card of the security stack.
Opponent's Digimon. It's a fucking. It's got to be like a red mechanic, I'm guessing. Okay, Lifeline me. What set is it from?
BT6.
BT6?
Yes.
Oh no, man. Bryce knows it as well. That makes it worse.
I mean, I did DM him because I didn't hear the effect, so I just DM'd him with a guess, and he told me. But
BT6 is a bit of a fucking blank area for me, honestly, because yeah, it's like actually no, I meant to fucking pre-release for BT6 on it. That was a set I was really hyped for. I was like, this shit goes fucking pog crazy, man. Look at how powerful the mechanics are. What the fuck was in that, man? The bloody Gankumon stuff, Mamimon stuff. I'm not really fucking familiar with the rest of it. I only play black, bro. The bloody bond of friendship and courage. Or no, it's not courage, is it? It's bravery. I always get that fucking mixed up.
Yeah, they changed it in the fucking.
Oh fuck, is that the
Is
It's not bond of courage, it's bond of bravery.
that your guess?
That's my guess.
It is Bond of Bravery. You're correct.
Oh god, aye, the fucking red-haired
Bob.
stepchild to bloody bond of friendship.
I played that deck for most of that set.
It's like if you wanted to play Bond of Friendship, but you didn't want to be a sweaty bastard, basically. But it's also quite cool. I mean, swinging with the Greymon for 2 checks, Pog. Also, do you think that could come back a bit with the BT14 shit? Like, literally, that Ward Greymon supports Bond better than it supports normal Greymon decks, I feel like.
Who knows?
And also,
Maybe.
new Agumon? Is that Bond support I see? Potential, mate. That's all I'll say.
Potential.
Um,
Right.
Adamski, what would you like? Medium?
I've done mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bryce.
I did have it. Since you are both now tied on 10, I might as well go hard and see if I can make it a 3-way tie.
He's going
I'm going to
hard.
fail,
hard.
but I might as well try.
Now this means I need to look up a card quickly, so I'm just going to quickly fucking look at the first one that catches me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, right?
No.
That I think you're going to fucking know this immediately, but
He's
I'm
picked
doing
marching
this anyway.
fishes.
Right.
Technically
Is this
allowed.
too easy? This might be too fucking easy.
No. Callum, you underestimate how fucking out of it I am.
I feel like you'll be like, oh, I fucking know this one, man. I don't know how many people all know this shit, but I coped the fuck on this. Right. The card says, main effect, change the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon to 3k until the end of your opponent's next turn.
What?
He doesn't know it! Rewarded!
I wasn't
Bro,
even listening. Can you repeat it for Adam?
Main, change the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon to 3k till the end of your opponent's
Oh,
turn.
I know this one.
the fuck do you know this one for?
Because it's a judge question.
This is,
Oh,
it's
fuck, that
probably
means
a
I've
judge
probably have seen
question.
it as well.
It's probably a judge question because it's one of the only effects that sets a DP to something. But is it the only one? I can't think of any other ones.
Can probably think of the question as well. It's like,
Sukamon changes.
since it sets its original to 3 and then it's minus, does it die? Is
You're
probably
like,
the question.
aye.
Oh, okay, so it's definitely a black card, I feel. One, because Callum coped on it, which means it's a black card. The other, because that just feels like an early black card type thing. And Callum tends to go for the earlier sets. I don't know, man. Why the fuck would you set someone's... there's no way I'm tight. So I get, what is it? I get one free guess.
Yep, one free guess. You're at 5 points and every guess counts you down, right?
And every lifeline counts me down, right?
Yeah.
Or
Remember when UXO came on the show and bet our scores
What, you
immediately?
mean by
Let's
going
not fucking talk about that.
perfect
He fucking
15?
annihilated us.
Oh, I know. Mans went absolutely fucking pog crazy with it.
Man is sitting in the car driving to work like that. Oh, I fucking know this one. I fucking know this one immediately on every card.
An opponent's card to 3k. This shows you how little I've like looked at Digimon because I used to know all the fucking garbage. Oh, Calvin
See, from
fucking
the
Colt.
effect, you can work out information on it. I'll give you that hint.
I mean, part of me's thinking it's a Suka card just because
I mean, all
it's.
I'm saying is you play that, and then you play BT11 Etamon, it kills anything in the game.
Why are you doing this to me, man?
Or you
You
evolve
want
over
it
new
hard.
security Sukamon, you swing it, dies, it kills it.
Oh, I feel like you're leading me astray as well.
Sukamon loves setting people to 3k DP, man, it is true. It's very synergistic. Also, new EX5 Etamon would kill it on Evo as well.
I feel like you're slowly leading me astray though, and that it has nothing to do with that.
I'm just talking about what you said, man. I'm not trying to give you any hints.
Maybe I don't
Okay,
know this card. I was positive I knew what this card was.
I will sit in last place, and I will ask, what set is this from?
BT1.
I fucking knew it.
Oh my god, I fucking knew it as well. I
I-
knew he was trying to lead me on.
I'll tell you why I've tried to. I thought this card was good at the time, by the way, afterwards.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it now and be like, all right, mate, I'll give you a chance, but it's fine. I don't need that lifeline yet.
There's a lot of BT1 in here, man.
BT1 is... Oh, I used to know that so well.
Hold on. I'm so
And it's a main
confused.
effect, so it's definitely an event, because no Digimon in BT1 are a fucking main.
Imagine it did.
Let's
would
see,
be
what were the BT1
This would
decks?
actually be a broken effect on a bloody level 6 or something.
I think BT1 was just like all the original Tamers guys. Or all the original like Adventure guys, sorry.
Pretty much.
Who would have an effect like that?
That's what I'm wondering.
Wait, hold on. What is Victory Greymon's effect?
Well, Victory Greymon kills like a fucking
Oh, yeah, I
sword
know what
too.
this card is. Yeah. Yes.
Does he not do something when something gets popped?
Depends which.
Oh,
There's two Victory
right.
Greymons now.
He
I'm thinking of the
deletes a
similar one.
guy. If you've got a tamer, he deletes another guy when something gets popped.
Oh my god, I'm never. I don't think I've ever gotten an option card right. Now that I think about it.
It's my delightfully devilish technique, Bryce. When you go for the hards, you get a BT1 option card that's like never
Aye,
came
but
back.
I can't do it back to you because you know them all.
There's a lot of BT1 in here, man.
Right. I know that there's a B. So I know there's an Andromon BT1 card that gives you like 3k. So that's not it. I'm
Correct.
pretty sure the little Guardramon on the card thing is also BT1, but that might be BT 1.5.
That
Fucking
might be the worst card ever printed.
love that card.
I love the art. That's where the love ends for me.
I don't think it's black. I think it must be yellow. Right? I don't know. Oh, fuck it. What color?
Yellow.
So I was right. It was
funny
yellow.
that you went, well, you play black, so it'll be black. And I'm like, oh, brother, in BT1, I was trying out multiple colours, brother, back then. I wasn't set in my ways.
I don't know any of the BT1 yellow options. Boom Bubble.
It's not Boom Bubble, brother. Adam is dying. What
Adam is
Boom,
fucking dying.
what the fuck's
I
Boom
did
Bubble
that,
even
yeah.
do?
That's my free. That's my free one. That's
There's
my
not
free one.
printed a Boom Bubble card.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
There's a pattern with Boom Bubble on it.
I didn't actually think they had printed one. I just guessed it for the sake of getting this over with.
Boom, bubble. Pa.
I'll tell you this, right? The Digimon on the card is not iconic enough to be featured in BT1.
What does that mean?
It means exactly as you'd think it is. It's not one of the big Digimon. He's not particularly iconic. He's not really had a major part in any TV shows or games or anime or or indeed manga potentially if you're one of them.
Just gonna look at you're gonna gonna look up the card after this and go like, bitch, who the fuck are you?
I think you'll know the
Uh.
Digimon, but I also had this Digimon in Digimon Masters. He was one of my favourites.
Oh, is it that fucking mole? No, you were complaining that none of the cards have the
You
mole
have
on it.
disturbed the dirt.
Oh. Oh, Drabogamon. I love his ass to this day.
Yeah, but you complain that he's not seen like any light of day in the fucking card game.
Tremojimon.
Drabogimon get fucking one card out here. It's
Oh,
vanilla.
fuck it, man. I mean, I don't know what else I can ask about an option card from set 1.
Ask who's on it.
It's clearly
What colour
clearly
it
a
is?
1 cost.
He knows it's yellow.
I
He
know what
already
colour
asked
it is.
that.
I asked that.
He's done 2 lifelines. He's done
Fuck it.
3
Who's
pods.
on it? Who's on it?
It's Mistymon.
No, it's not.
It is.
Mistymon, the
maybe
guy with
it
the
is.
hat.
Mistymon, he's got a big flaming sword and a sorcerer hat.
Fuck
And-
it, man. For the sake of all of our sanities and sleep, I give in.
It is Blast Fire Brace. 4-cost yellow option card. Change the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon to 3k until the end of your opponent's next turn. 0 security effect. Now, I used to cope on this card in BT1, right? Because I played Hearthstone as a teenager. And to me, this card reads like equality. So I was like, right, card that frickin' negs somebody and then you pop it. Seems legit, that's a combo. There was also a Mistymon in that set that could pop it afterwards on play. But what I didn't realise...
I think I have the Mistybon's card art in my head as well.
It's
He's like
pretty
standing
pog.
with his sword straight up and stuff.
I used to play that back in the day too. And what I didn't realise was if I played this, I would be passing turn. So there's no real wombos involved. So the Mistymon is on play, neg 2 things by 3k.
Yeah. Oh, that was fucking rough. So at the end of today, because we're not doing an extra round, the scores are 10
It's
to
been
Adamkov,
3 hours.
One
5
more?
to me,
One more?
and
No.
15 to UXO. By the way, UXO, hi if you're listening.
We're going to
We still love
surpass
you.
him. We're going to surpass him Monday.
By the time we surpass him, he'll be back on the podcast and just go clean sweep again.
Aye,
Yeah.
after he wins finals, man, he'll be back on the pod.
Yeah. Also, special shout out to one of the One Piece judges who have apparently gotten addicted to the podcast.
What?
Welcome for being here.
Big up Scott, hiya, baby.
I was
Hello,
going to say,
Scott.
I'm not going to name drop him in case he doesn't want to be name dropped, but hell yeah, love Scott.
Shout out all the people who listen. And if you
Yeah.
are listening on your podcasting apps and or YouTube, please leave us a comment because there are people watching. We can see the watch time. We know you're there. We know you're there, but we don't know who you are, so we'd like to know. And also algorithm helps us get boosted, so a wee comment would be nice. Let us know what you think about BT14. What are you excited to play? Are you not looking forward to certain aspects of BT14? Is there one deck you don't want to play against, perhaps? And thank you for listening.
Also, tell us if you think Vademon was always pogging.
It
You-
wasn't.
I want to edit this in now, but I don't know if I can be arsed.
Bro, do it.
I don't know the timestamps, man. Okay, I guess it's near the end anyway. I do look at the end guaranteed every time. So right, okay, that's cool. Right, wrap us
Right.
up, Bella.
Yeah, I will wrap us up apparently. Thank you all for listening, everyone, and watching on YouTube. And we'll hopefully, if this is uploading time, we will see you at TCG Expo Liverpool.
Yeah, baby, come say
God,
hi.
aye.
We'll be there.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, gamers.
Bye, drivers.
Bye, driver.
Drive safe.
Bye, driver.